We laugh.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
You get it, right? Like when the lights go up, we're like.
Yeah, but when I don't see chat, I don't know. I get confused. I know. I get scared. I get worried.
Tim, you can't see the
chat gang, baby.
You can't see the chat if I'm gonna.
Man, this fucking smoke is still messing with me. My ears are all messed up.
Bruh, get out
I got
here,
that
dude. It's fine.
congestion. You live in the smoke?
No, but it is intense. It's in like cool, Greg. You feeling it? I feel like walking around every once in a while. I'm like, damn, I just feel like I smoked like 5 cigarettes.
A couple nights ago, he was like, hey, I know you're the night and everything, but real shit, I think you should go home and stay in tonight. And I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna go find this mural in Oakland and all that shit. About half hour of being out, I was like, I gotta go home. I feel like crap. This is too much.
Yeah.
I told you, motherfucker.
Paul keeps being like, I'm gonna go to the gym, and it's like I can't imagine their filtration system is good.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. Like you're not supposed to be going to the gym right now.
He just loves working out. It's insane. I can't believe how opposite we are.
I'm listening to my body. You know what I mean?
That's what I've been doing since day
So
one.
we're watching the final trailer for Aquaman right now to test some streaming. Our new computer that is now an old computer. But hopefully it's finally fixed. And we'll see how this goes.
You
feeling good about it, Kev?
You looked over like you heard my beef jerky or something.
I did hear your beef jerky. Your pocket jerky?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Cool Greg.
So let's switch onto that.
Got them pocket jerky.
Oh, you got pocket jerky, doggy dog?
Pocket jerky.
What are we watching? Oh, is this a fucking final trailer for Aquaman?
Have you seen it yet?
No, is it
Yeah,
great?
me neither.
Let's
I
watch
have no
it.
idea.
Let's watch it, ladies and
What
gentlemen.
is that shirt you're wearing? Damn, that's dope. Holy fuck.
That green color scheme I'm steal.
Hey, Cool Greg.
See it on your local wall.
Cool Greg, can you pass?
Well, here's what happened. Here's what happened. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Camera 3.
I don't know who reached out to Filthy Casual. Maybe it was Joe. Maybe it was you. Who I don't know.
They reached out to us.
They reached out to us. They shipped us a bunch of awesome shirts.
Yeah.
Okay. And you proceeded to take the coolest of them all.
That's what I do.
And I was like, oh. And
Which
I saw
one
it on
is
your
that?
chair. It's the one that kind of has that coloring, but it's green and purple. It's like the Joker coloring, but has the. It's just
yeah,
and I was like,
okay.
that's a dope shirt. So I proceeded to take the rest of the cool ones.
Yeah.
Just to spite everyone.
I
in
got the
office.
trash.
I also have the lime green one that has the pineapple flavoring on it.
Yeah.
And D is like, I am 50% on this one.
Yeah,
so we got to
yeah.
see this one on. We had to do the wash work because, you know, for people who are not tall like you don't understand our plight.
I don't.
Okay. I am a broad-shouldered man and only of the stature of 5'8". So when I put, I have to wear large shirts.
5'8".
So that they fit here and in the tum-tum area, but then they look like small, like I'm wearing a dress. It's kind of like when Gia wears your shirt after like, I'm just gonna throw your shirt on real quick to like hang out in the apartment.
What?
It's cute.
It is.
After a day of praying to God, Kevin, our Lord and Savior Jesus. They're not living in sin.
Am I right, bud?
They're not living in sin.
I don't live in
So
sin.
I got to do the wash first, and then they come up a little bit. So that's a little higher. But these actually, I like this new. And I like the new material they're making, the new blanks, as they say.
Blanks.
Because they're a little shorter here, which I like. I don't like when they hang too far over in the shoulders.
We got a special appearance by Port.
Hey, Port.
He's here. Couldn't be more excited.
You heard we were short staffed today.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? There's not enough people for kind of funny. I'll get in there. I'll get in the mix.
Yeah.
I
Is
can
it
be
short
Andy.
side? Are people not coming in?
I assume
Andy's
so.
not
Look
coming
around.
in. I know that.
Look around.
Joe doesn't need to come
Look the
in.
fuck around. Look at Cool Greg over there.
I need
Overworked.
Joe.
He's doing everybody's fucking picking up everybody's work. Look at his hair.
Fucking
His
love
little
it. I love your
hands.
hair so much.
They're so white.
I know he's old.
Let me see him. Let me see his hands.
Are we watching this?
Hold on. Before
We'll
we
play
do
with
that, Kev,
Portillo. Kevin?
give
Kevin,
them one.
give me a rack zoom on his white paws.
Hold on.
Kevin, I need a rack zoom on the dog's
What
paws.
you're asking me to do real complicated, so let's start
Also,
here.
it's not a zoom lens, so we can't do the
Rack
rack
zoom.
zoom.
Give me a second. Hold on. How do I do this?
I
No,
swear
the
to God,
joke's
you
over.
just
The joke's
left your
over.
water.
I got you, Greg.
Thank you.
I didn't work the way I wanted it. There.
I like, the slow-mo. There it is. He's so cute. You ever seen the slow-mo videos of dogs drinking water?
It sucks, right? Because they just punch the water and like suck what they can.
Yeah, they
So
tongue punch
dumb.
that shit.
So
Show
dumb.
his little hands though.
Show his little white paws.
I mean, they see him, but
Little white Christmas.
Yeah,
Looks like he's
see,
wearing
now they
spats.
know.
see, he's got the white paws and
Oh,
he's got
cover
the.
his dingle.
Show
And
his
he's got the
dink.
doink.
Look at his dink dink.
Doink. This is the pre-show content you pay for, everybody.
Oh,
Why
man.
is my mic so low?
I was probably using that one yesterday.
Cool, Greg, can you refill this water with non-dog water? I don't want to die like someone we know's grandmother because of it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Are you literally talking about my wife's grandma like this? What the fuck, man?
Your wife's grandma died from drinking dog water?
It's a long-running, kind of funny morning show story.
But she actually did die from.
Oh, cool. Yeah, now you can just dump this out. He's never gonna drink it again now. You can just dump it out and refill a glass because that's how Portillo is. He's a son of a bitch, literally.
Do you want? You're gonna drink out of the same glass though? That seems un-you.
Oh no, the dog?
Yeah.
You don't want to know the things me and this dog have done together.
Well, okay.
I don't.
I kind of do.
Actually.
Let's just say, to just paraphrase, I think Celine Dion. I put my
Heart will
cookies
go
in his mouth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
To paraphrase.
I do.
Yeah,
let's watch
What are we watching?
the Aquaman trailer.
Oh, are we gonna get claimed in? Is this a
Nah, it's
Mr.
a
Bucket
pre-show
situation?
shit.
Yeah, I know. That's how they got us with Mr. Bucket.
No, Mr. Bucket was the one time in 3 years that we've actually gotten a copyright strike.
First off,
most
Nick,
of the time they just take our money. It
I have
doesn't
two
matter.
things before
we're
we
not making any money
show.
off this fucking
Nick,
show.
they're both for you. Number one, look at the screen,
Yeah.
and then how's my hair? Do I need to do anything to my hair? I thought you were
Just a
still
little
in
bit.
the bathroom, but I think you just blew it up.
Oh no, I dropped.
And then
yeah, hard.
secondly, I want to compliment everyone's shirt today. Yesterday for GameOverGreggy, we were all in black shirts. Yeah. Today we're all still in dark shirts, but we have a lot of fucking color going on.
pop.
I like this filthy casual shirt.
I do too. I really like it a lot. I like it because if you put a jacket over it, you still get a pop of color.
Yeah.
That's
But
it's one of the reasons why I love the party mode shirt so much.
Ilf Casual.
Casual.
But yeah, I was also commenting on. I like that it's the material they're using, the blanks they're
Heathered
using
material.
are nicer. They're like they just fit right. Because you know how sometimes they fit too big, like here. As a bigger man, I get dressy.
yeah.
They start getting blousy and dressy. I don't like that. I don't like that.
All right, let's watch the trailer, Kev. Thanks for.
How do you feel about these though? This little stick.
Not a fan.
Really?
Those are too big. I do like
think it's
tags. I think these are too big.
All right, let's go.
Whoa! Kevin racks him. Portillo, look at Kevin.
That's just.
Oh man, this is like the sign of disrespect when we won't even look at you, Kevin. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
You're just looking at Johnny Ace.
Yeah. Well, I can't fault him for that. This is great.
Little fuck.
This is so
He
great.
did it, man. He did it. He's like, what? Fuck, Kevin.
He is staring longingly into the ace's eyes right now, and I want you to respect that.
Also, Nick, I don't have the power to do any other kind of zoom.
No, that was great. That was perfect zoom.
That was a perfect zoom.
You have to understand that Greg just throws out terminology. You have to interpolate that into whatever you can do with our
Got
technology.
to interpolate it, Kevin.
Let's watch this. Why is it audio?
There is.
There's audio.
Is there?
Yeah,
For
we're
us.
hearing it.
Oh.
It's just very low at this point because why would you not have screaming audio at the beginning of the trailer with this kind of visual?
Okay, let's go. There it is.
Legend has it that one day, a new king will come who will use the power of the trident to put Atlantis back together again.
It's the exact spot that Volko gave me my first swimming lesson.
I already know how to swim.
Not even close. You have to forget all the teaching of the surface world. Go deeper to uncover your Atlantean instincts. He spent his entire life training. Training to be the best.
My parents made me what I am. I am the protector of the deep.
I'm the protector of the deep.
That's what they used to call me in college.
Yo!
Deep resides the power of Atlantis. In the wrong hands, it would bring destruction. But in the hands of the true heir, it would unite above and below.
The time has come for Atlantis to rise again.
You must stop him.
And how do you propose we do that?
By retrieving this.
I already got one of those.
Not
like
like
that
this one, you don't.
The war is coming to the
I
surface whether
fucking
you
love
like
it.
it or not.
Your mother always knew you were special. She believed you'd be the one to unite our two worlds.
Atlantis has always had a king. Now I need something more.
This amazing red wig that I'm wearing.
Is it a wig? I don't know.
No,
Look at how fluorescent everything else is, you know?
But what could be greater than a king?
A hero.
shit.
It's always good, isn't it? That was the best
I'm not
trailer
gonna lie.
so far.
Yeah, that was the best trailer. And I was like,
More
I'm enjoying this trailer.
Ran pretty smooth.
Good job,
And
Kev.
it did run smooth.
Hey!
Good job, Kev.
I get that.
Congratulations.
I'll tell you this.
That was not me.
This is one of those movies that I'm optimistic for, that it's going to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm like, I see things in this that I'm like, let's go get some just big fucking popcorn and watch this thing. You know what I mean?
Doggy dog.
Yes, doggy dog.
I appreciate DC's use of beaches. Like, I feel like they really have kind of owned that aesthetic
Atlanta
over the
style.
last couple movies, and like it looks great. Like, we don't see that in MCU at all. You know,
They hate
like,
beaches there.
They do hate beaches, but it's like
Sand gets
I feel
everywhere.
like they
Well,
own
Iron Man suit
beaches
and
the way
sand,
that
not
Fox owns forests.
Yeah.
God, they
You know,
love
I feel that.
They really love
feel
the
that.
forests.
Cool, Greg, can you bring the brightness up? Just
I stand. I mean, I love DC Comics. Everybody knows that. I'm a DC fanboy. I look at that and I'm just like, it looks like I'm with you, Nick. Yeah, okay, that looks like a popcorn movie where you'd go see. It doesn't look like a comic book movie, and I'm just not interested in Aquaman that much. Where I'm like, I need to go see an Aquaman movie.
I don't get interested until I see.
I am
like,
hurt. Sure.
It's Black Manta, right? That's
Where is the Snyder cut?
Oh my god.
I will scream it till I'm blue in the face.
Nobody
Look
wants
how
to see the
afraid
Snyder
you are.
cut.
God, Kevin's broken you.
I am broken.
I'm sorry.
I don't like it.
How about
Touch him.
we
Touch
start?
his back.
How about we
Touch
start
his
doing
back.
good
Really off,
touches,
man.
How about we start doing good touches?
Is this smoke fucking you?
Oh, the windows are open. I was wondering why I was congested.
Oh man,
I feel great,
You're
but
so dramatic.
Shut everything down.
shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
First of all,
Thanks,
those,
Cool
those
Greg.
are hurricane windows.
Cool,
so
just
they-
went over
it
the
out.
window, went
One little.
that was it. And now we're better.
Just so you know, I'm sweating right now. All right.
Kevin, how's it
Kevin,
different
you're
from
always
any other
sweating.
time? Yeah.
Always sweating.
You're a little meatball.
You can be. You can be sitting on a couch doing
Just so
nothing.
you know,
and
I'm
be
sweating right now, and you're also eating Cheetos, right? Are you wearing 4 layers and a hat?
crunch.
Why are you wearing a hat indoors?
Yeah, maybe take the wife beater off. And you're wearing a beanie. Is he a Jawa? Is he a little Jawa?
No, Kevin is definitely a wub wub. You know what I'm talking about? A little Ewok. He's an Ewok walking around eating stuff out of people's pockets.
Is there Papa Chewie?
Actually, you know what? Holy shit, Kevin.
Yeah.
Have I just missed it, or have you ever gone as an Ewok and Paul has gone as Princess Leia in like the Endor outfit?
that is the
I
best.
want to do Princess Leia, and I want to be George Lucas as Jabba the Hutt.
Or
You want to be George Lucas
Or-
as Jabba the Hutt.
Don't do one of those combination things.
wanna
That doesn't
combine
make
it
any
somehow.
sense.
So you really just want to confuse everybody, where
Yeah.
they almost get it, and then they're like, I don't know.
they're
what
still
is
gonna think
this?
you're an Ewok.
Yeah, they're gonna think you're an Ewok because George Lucas looks like an Ewok. Dress as an Ewok.
Solo hard.
Put Leia in the put your wife in the slave Leia outfit, and I will be Salacious Crumb for you.
No.
You know what I mean?
Nailed it.
Yeah,
Nailed
Do
it.
you know what he means, Kevin?
The fucked up thing is I do.
I would fucking love that though. We've talked about this for the last 17 years. Can we please do a group Halloween costume next year where we go all as Star Wars characters?
Yeah, I'm in.
You could be Jabba. You can
Thank
be
you.
Han.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. That's
Give
what
me
I'm.
Han.
Well, you can be Luke.
I'm more of a Luke.
You're more
You're
of
gonna
a
be
Luke.
Han, right?
I will be
You're
either Han
definitely
or
Han.
I mean, I'm just gonna say I make an awesome Lando Calrissian as well.
No.
I'll be Darth Maul.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
Cool
I'm
Greg,
thinking
you
like
have
real
to be
Star Wars
Boba
characters,
Fett.
not
yeah,
prequel characters.
I guess who can who? All right, here. You know what?
Just
I
Cool Greg.
he's gotta
appreciate.
be. He's gotta be Luke. We gotta make him Luke.
I appreciate the. I
Look how blonde
appreciate
he is.
giving me Jabba.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Jesus
respectfully
fucking Christ.
decline.
What are you gonna say?
And what
You
I
want
think.
Chewie?
The dog was
What
here.
What?
I forgot that Portillo was here.
Okay.
And
Scares
all of
you.
a sudden a tail moved around. I thought it was a rat. I almost stepped on it.
What I think I'm gonna do, even though I respectfully decline,
Yeah,
right?
You're gonna be a Ghostbuster. I get
No.
it. I'll be a Ghostbuster too.
I'm
Fucking nailed it.
gonna lean in if you want. I'll lean in with
Lean
you.
it.
All
Lean
right.
in.
Here it is.
Sheryl Sandberg.
So from shoes upwards, right?
Yeah.
Black shoes, black pants,
Yeah.
black long sleeve shirt, black gloves.
Dynamite.
Then we're gonna go to. We're jumping ahead a bit. We're gonna go to my face. We're gonna hire some really good costumer to make me in the face look like Watto. Then we're gonna do one of those things where we build like the Muppet legs
You guys.
that hang off here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
So it's,
all
just,
right.
it's just the head and the Muppet legs.
Yeah.
Miller, we can do it.
He's a pretty big guy, though.
But no, he's fucking tiny.
All right.
He's like a little.
I'm
He's
fine
like
with that.
Him
I
and
don't
Tinkerbell. Him and
think he
Tinkerbell.
is.
Here's the deal. I was thinking more along the lines of we do like a thematic, like we're all Return to the Jedi characters. But if you want to go Phantom Menace characters,
Again, there is.
he can be young Anakin, and we'll put a little pod racer around him. Little pod racer around
Yippee.
him. Kevin can be what's it? Oh, Sebulba. Like he could be that.
Sebulba?
Yeah, he can be
Sebulba?
Sebulba.
I don't have the body type.
Or
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
he can just be one of the other little kids that's rolling around, like the one with
Yeah.
the little Guido looking kid.
No, dude.
Oh my God.
You know that kid?
That's in a offensive term, Nick.
Greedo. It's Greedo, right?
Yeah.
Greedo. Guido. I can say Guido.
I was gonna say.
I could say Guido.
I did think. I did 100%. I'm like, what Italian-looking kid is he referencing?
Like fucking.
But it was. I think I'm like, Nick can say that. Nick
I
can
can
say
say
that
it. I'm
around
telling you.
casually.
I can call anyone I want a Guido.
No.
Sure. That's how it works.
Kevin, pull up Star Wars prequel cast.
Right.
Oh yeah, let's look at this.
Can I be Queen Amidala?
Sure. Sure you
Can
can.
I-
No, here's this. You be Queen Amidala, like the normal
Yep.
one. I'll be the stand-in like
Yeah.
body double, like just gets
Wait, hold
nuked
on.
at the end of the second one.
So wait, am I? So I'm.
You're gonna be
I'm
Natalie Portman.
Okay.
I want to be the one with the geisha, like the white makeup.
Keira Knightley.
with, like,
Sure,
the
sure,
thing.
sure.
What's that?
Keira Knightley.
Was that Keira Knightley?
It was.
No
Wow.
shit.
It was.
Wow, what an underutilized talent they had there.
Oh look, they put fucking what's his nuts there?
Jar
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 Jar.
Binks,
Good job.
Front
Yeah.
and center.
Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you ruin this?
Because they're
image that way?
showing
You could be
man. history.
Obi-Wan. Prequel.
Oh
Obi-Wan.
right,
Oh,
sure.
you could be
Well,
Obi-Wan.
but episode 2, right? Episode
Yeah.
1, I don't want the rat tail.
Yeah. No.
Can Kevin be Yoda? Is that
Like
like a
CG
He could be
Yoda?
Yoda. That'd be dope. Paint him green, put little ears on him.
All right, here's
That would be
what I want then. Kevin can be Yoda, but then Cool Greg needs to be the Emperor, and they need to whenever I want to make them fight, and they run around, and they
Yeah.
throw like fucking things at each other.
Hold on.
Greg could also be Darth Vader.
This picture's weird.
Down with that.
Yeah. This side doesn't make any sense.
It's like
Fuck out.
It's the history. See, it's the
prequel
prequels
meets
going
OT,
into.
But so that's Anakin in the white with
Wait,
the arms
what the
crossed.
fuck? Also, did you notice this?
That's what I said, front and center. Eh?
Stupid as shit.
That's so
And look at
dumb.
how pissed off Sam Jackson is to be in this photo.
God damn it.
Sam
like, I
Jackson
could be in a
got paid.
Marvel.
I'm wearing my
He
Kangol
doesn't give a
hat.
fuck. Sam Jackson probably didn't even watch
Are
the
you
movies.
kidding? He got paid and he had the purple lightsaber.
Yeah.
The first person to have a different color
He doesn't
lightsaber.
care. He doesn't give a fuck. Mark my words. People will probably ask him, "Hey, what'd you think of the prequels?" And he's like, "I didn't watch them. I don't
Hey,
He
care."
real
doesn't
quick,
say
real
I
that.
quick.
showed up. I was a
Hell no,
fucking
dude.
Jedi. It was dope, and I left.
What's that,
SLJ
Kev?
Real
cares.
quick, DJ Kento's saying some stupid shit in the chat. I just want to call it.
Uh,
Keira Knightley
DJ
is not a good actress. Get the fuck
Keira
outta
Knightley's
here, dude.
she's a good actress.
She's a great actress.
I like
Well,
Keira
I'm
Knightley.
gonna,
I'm gonna throw
great,
this
but
out.
she's
What has
good.
she been great in? And this isn't me trying to start fights.
Love Actually.
No, she's
Bend It
not
Like
great.
Beckham.
She's not great in Love Actually.
She was
She's
fantastic in
fantastic
Bend
in
Like
Love
Beckham. She was fantastic in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you.
You see
I
what I'm
like her in
saying?
Pirates
She's
of the
actually a
Caribbean.
good actress. I'm not, she's fun to watch.
I like Pirates. One.
She's no
wish
Natalie
Pirates
Portman.
was
I'm just
better.
gonna put
No,
this
Natalie
out.
Portman.
Natalie
You are-
Portman,
you
Academy
are
Award
Natalie Portman.
nominated actress, I think, or should be at least.
I don't think she won anything.
I don't think she did either.
She's young.
She should have.
got
She
all
should have
time
won
long.
for
Didn't she-
Leon.
Yeah, she got nominated for Leon.
Yeah, she
Strings
should've won for
attached.
that
What is
shit.
it? No strings attached. Was that hers? or
Oh,
was
she
that the
was
other
in.
one?
Yeah, she
Friends
was
with
in the
Benefits?
Imitation Game, which was great.
And this.
Pride and
She's
Prejudice. I
Sugar
didn't
Plum in the Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
Yeah, she is. I had a big crush on Keira Knightley after Bend It Like Beckham.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Big crush.
She's
Big
fantastic.
crush. And then I saw her in that weird scene in Love Actually where Andrew Lincoln gets super creepy on her, and you're like, "This is weird. What's up, Rick Grimes? Maybe go fight
What's
some
up, Rick
zombies
Grimes?"
instead." And he's like, he just shows up at her door and like does the things, and she's
I'll
like, "You're
always just
fucking
be
weird."
loving you from afar. Like,
Yeah,
what
that's
the fuck,
creepy
dude?
as fuck, Andrew Lincoln.
Not cool, man.
Stop being
That's
weird, Andrew Lincoln.
Really not cool.
God damn it, Andrew Lincoln. We all knew you were a creep, and now we really know
You
it.
fucking creep.
You fucking creep.
Rick Grimes.
Creep.
Coral.
Did you watch the newest episode?
No, I'm over it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because you and I had that thing of like, oh, it's good. We
Did
watch
you?
it.
Well, there's been two.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to buy them off Amazon, so I just
Oh.
haven't made a move.
Yeah, there's been two. I read the recaps. I went to dinner with James Burke, which is a living recap where he'll word by word give the whole
Bro.
thing that happens.
Bro.
Like, it's not that bad. Seriously,
not
it's
that
better
bad.
than it's ever been. I'm like, I highly doubt that,
Doubt it.
James.
Doubt it.
I highly doubt
It's not.
that.
It's not. I hate that. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like some sort of trauma that people
take
go
over?
through with these shows. They're like, oh, it's getting good again. No, dude, let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
The
was
Rick Grimes
interesting. Shows are
episode
supposed to end.
was good.
Yeah, the Rick Grimes episode was good.
The final one,
Sure.
Yeah, it alone was good.
I'm not gonna ruin it for you, Kev. But they've already announced movies for him, so probably not.
But maybe it's a prequel.
But maybe
Who
it's a
knows?
prequel. Who knows?
You have to watch.
I mean,
the
we
fun
know.
movie.
We
know.
know. But I mean, I'm not gonna tell you because I don't ruin it for you. How your breakfast Cheetos
You
going
want some
down?
hot Cheetos?
Breakfast hot Cheetos.
They're pretty good, man.
Yeah.
You're wearing not. Oh, I didn't even realize.
Starburst.
Not only
Guys,
you're
I'm
wearing a
sweating.
beanie.
Come on
you're
over, give a
also
fashion
wearing
show.
Probably, I'm guessing what 2 t-shirts underneath this sweatshirt that's covered up into your fucking ears.
Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt and then a wife beater underneath.
Yeah, so you got 3 layers on this bad boy.
Yeah.
You were just a vacuum
it's
of
burning
heat.
hot.
Take all your clothes off. Run around
Look
outside
how
for a
cute I
while.
look.
Go put on the astronaut
look
outfit.
great.
Yeah, if you go get naked and put on the astronaut outfit, you'll be
Do
good.
you have Starburst in your pocket?
Yeah, you want one?
Where did you buy
You want one?
Starburst?
Cool Greg was like, does anybody want snacks? Usually I'm like, no. And today I was like, fuck it, bring me a bag of hot Cheetos. I had a real hard week.
It's Monday.
Okay.
Oh, look at the bruise on your head.
Yeah, I got fucked up.
Yeah,
last
it
night.
happened last night. I noticed that. I was gonna bring it up
Yeah.
eventually.
I'm back.
Or is it a hickey? Yes, crazy shit. You get
That'll be a
forehead
question
sucking?
for you out there, ladies and gentlemen. Is this a hickey or just
I
did
don't
someone's
know.
knee hit my head?
Judging Nick with us.
With everyone that you
God,
know.
where's Andy? We need Andy for that.
Andy
Rose
sucks.
Byrne was
True.
also in the prequel, says Mario Miranda.
Who's
The
Rose
fuck was
Byrne?
she in with the prequels?
Brine. Who's Rose Brine?
Byrne. She's the
That's Byrne.
Byrne?
The girl from Neighbors and
First Class.
First Class and
Hold on,
she's
I
in a
watched
movie-
Neighbors.
she's in a-
I watched Neighbors. Help me.
she's the wife in
Got it.
Neighbors.
Thank you, everybody. All right. Whoa,
She
bro.
was in Bridesmaids. She played the
Fuck
the bitchy.
me, you know what I
and
mean?
also in
Excuse
Spy.
me.
She's great.
What was she in the prequels?
Who is she in the
I don't
prequels,
know. I
Kevin?
have no idea.
She one of the fucking pods that they race?
Wasn't she a fake Padme?
There was only one.
No,
They had like the
Padme?
chorus.
they had a bunch of like
Courtesans?
Padme helpers.
Yeah, they had a whole bunch of people that
what a
went
fucking
around.
dumb thing.
That's
What
where
a
Natalie
dumb
Portman
thing all
was
those
chilling when
prequels
she
were.
wasn't actually.
God, I hate those prequels. I hate them.
Sure. She was a fake queen, they say.
Very irredeemable.
It happens.
Fake queen.
It does. Oh my god, she was fake queen. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, see, fake queen.
Well, then was Keira Knightley not in the prequels?
No,
Or
she was also a fake
No,
queen.
they had multiple
They had a bunch
fake
of fake queens.
They got
Yeah,
like
like
one
the ring of
exploded.
people, right?
Yeah.
She was not the fake queen. She was the handmaiden in episode 2.
Doorman.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
She's not a fake queen. She was
Dude,
a handmaiden.
They're all fake queens. They're all ready. They all look kind of alike, so they could step in.
You were just saying shit.
All
She's
right.
not the fake queen.
You're so dumb, dude. I hate you so much.
Mike Nike 093 says, "Now this is podcasting."
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer slash seducer and amazing filthy casual shirt, Nick Scarpino. Now I'm gonna
What's up,
invite.
Greg?
We just did the pre-show, Nick.
Yeah, it was
As you
great,
know,
too.
you can get it if you watch live on Patreon.com/kindafunny. You can get it later as the part of the big video that goes up early on
One
Fridays.
big video.
There we
full
played a
of bad
game.
bitches.
Is it a bruise or a hickey on Nick's head? Is there an answer? You'll have to find out in the pre-show.
Yeah.
Over here, the verified
a bruise.
30 under 30 winner, Tim Gettys.
Let Tim host.
How you doing, Tim?
I'm good. I'm
Yeah?
good. A lot of Star Wars prequel talk in the pre-show.
Yeah, that's what the kids
Pre-
love. You know
they
what I mean?
do.
We had some visual aids. We
Did
watched
you know
an
that
Aquaman
Rose
trailer.
Byrne was in the prequels?
Do you know who Rose Byrne is? I
Yeah,
doubt it.
Everyone does.
Really?
She's pretty big now, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
in
You said,
everything.
"Oh, the neighbor's wife." I'm like, "Oh, got her."
Yeah, she's just been in
Moira
everything.
McTaggart or whatever.
yeah,
Moira
Moira.
McTaggart. It's
She's
one
in
of
that
the-
new movie with Mark Wahlberg about I thought they had like adopt 3
Instant
kids.
Family.
Yeah, which is actually based on a true story. Do you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
It looks very bad.
Yeah, I know. But I heard the director on he was on a podcast and he was talking about that because he cast Tom Segura, and he was like, "Yeah, we actually did that. Like we were looking to adopt kids, and they come as a family. Like you can't break up 3 sisters, so they have, I guess, they have a son and 2 sisters."
Well, have you seen this documentary from, I want to say it's A24, about the triplets who were separated at birth and didn't know about each other? till they find out?
I saw. Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
I want to get the name of it.
And they like raised them separately, and they're like people are like studying them, right, to see
Yeah.
if it's nature versus nurture.
Yeah. So it's really fat. Hey, do you know this story?
No.
Okay,
It's
hold on.
fucking crazy.
I did finish
Didn't they do it like on
watching the
purpose?
Hold on, you're ruining the whole thing. I want to
I'm
get to
gonna
it.
just pet your
Don't.
dog.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Portillo's in my lap. If you didn't know,
Do you ever look at him and say
3
he's-
identical
Is he
strangers.
alive?
You ever look at him and say he's like a little mini lion? Little mini lion.
I do.
No.
I do look
In
at
the
him and think he's a
safari.
mini little lion. Yeah, totally.
worked
totally.
hard.
He's a
I've
mini
never
wolf.
seen him this
He's dead.
melty looking.
It's
He's
probably
old down. That's what he does.
It's part of the
You know what I
smoke.
mean? It probably is the smoke. Kevin
He
had
probably
it
can't deal
open
with
in
it.
here. He's fucking eating hot Cheetos. He's trying to.
Kevin's like, I'm so hot. Open up all the windows and definitely put more layers on me. I'm so hot right now.
I love
Please
that
put a
his hoodie,
sweatshirt
though,
on me.
Has a built-in scarf. Like it just builds around him.
So the movie,
Yeah.
3 Identical Strangers.
Yeah.
Watched it on the plane, of course. That's where I watch all my movies. I saw it for a long time in Alamo. When we go there, it'd be one of the ones that, like,
Yeah.
hey, so you know nothing about it. Mm-hmm. I'm asking.
Nothing
you
about
know
it.
nothing about it. So yeah, this guy goes to college. And like as he's walking in, everybody's like, "Oh, hey!" Like they like acting like he's like, "This is a really friendly college or whatever." And finally, like, and like a girl
This is
kisses
real-
him.
this
and
is a
stuff.
true story, right?
Oh, true, it's all true story. Yeah. And eventually, like he's like moved into his room, and another guy comes like tearing into the room and throws on the door or knocks on the door or whatever. And he turns around, he's like, "Holy shit, you do look just like him, but I know you're not him because it's like my friend, whatever his name was isn't coming back to school this year." And so they run to a phone booth and call, and he's like, "Are you?" And he's adopted. Are you adopted? Well, and they figure out that yeah, they're identical twin brothers, right? And like they're all over the newspaper, all this other shit's happening. Like, this is like in the 80s or 70s even. So it's like a, big deal. It's like something crazy's happening and it's just not us getting killed by the Russians. Then it turns out there's another one who
simpler
sees
time.
it. And
It was
it's
a simpler time back then.
What the
80s.
fuck? It was triplets after all, you know what I mean? And so then, yeah, the parents are like, start to investigate and like go to the adoption agency. It's like, what the fuck, man? You know what I mean? And the adoption agency gives them some fucking line about just like triplets are hard to put in a house or whatever. So like we had, we couldn't put them all together. And nobody would take them. And one of the fathers is like I would have fucking taken them. I would, are you kidding me? Yada, yada, yada. And so they leave and one of them forgot their umbrella and goes back and comes back to find them like popping champagne. Like they just dodged a huge bullet. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? And it turns out this is all true. This adoption agency was working with this research study about nature versus nurture, where they were taking triplets and twins and purposefully breaking them up in adopted homes,
just to see how they'd turn out.
Holy shit!
Isn't that fucked up?
And then the people who were doing the study were sending agents or TAs or whatever to go interview all the kids and like talk to them for years. Like till like I think it was like 10 or 12 or till the thing got defunct for some reason. But for
I wonder why.
For forever, yeah, exactly. But like, it is that fucked. Like you talk to the like all of the twins and triplets interviewed, right, have like issues, right? Because there is this like bond, right? And they know something's missing, but they don't know why, so they all have like a whole bunch of a range of issues.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, totally.
It's fucked up.
And like because like they're like slamming their head. It's like babies like slamming their heads into the crib and stuff because they just know something's wrong and they can't figure out. But like one of the, I'm spoiling this movie, but you should watch it anyway.
No, it's fine.
One of the triplets like kills himself or whatever.
Holy shit.
So it's like they're talking about the fact of like to think about how things had gone wrong for them and how they needed each other but weren't there. To think about the fact that these researchers literally did it all in a day. So it would be that they would go to like one of their houses and then drive the hour to the other kids' houses, then drive to the other kid. You know what I mean? It's like at any point you could have said anything to anybody, and they never did. It's like
I feel like that should
fucking
be
crazy.
mildly criminal.
Yeah. And then,
I'm sure it is, right?
I mean,
they talked to one of the guy who was in charge of the study is dead now, and like one of his assistants is still alive, and they interview her, and she's still very scientific about it. Of just like like I understand why people would think we're monsters, but this was like groundbreaking research and yada yada yada. But the records on the thing are still sealed.
Why?
So like there's still like other triplets and twins out there that just don't know that they had this other.
Because like I'll be honest with you, like taking the emotions out of it.
Yeah.
I would be fascinated to see what the results are of that. Like
Sure.
absolutely, because that actually like if there's no way to have done that with people's consent.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't ask babies like you guys.
Hey,
Okay,
baby, what do you want?
You cool?
Growing out from your three
Yeah.
brothers, but it is probably the only way to figure out like if that is.
I think we figured it out.
No, I mean,
It's like, that's true. But do we need to know?
no, not necessarily. And I mean, if I were the person like approving funding for studies like this, I'd be like, guys, this is this is so far beyond.
Interesting argument. Don't know if we need to ruin lives.
Yeah, probably not worth ruining like a whole generation of
Hold on
twins.
now,
and triplets
Joester.
lives.
You ran in here all excited. Sit on there and tell me what's going on. What's happening?
Oh, I was listening to the show and I didn't know that you had Portillo.
Oh yeah, there he is. Look at him.
He is right here.
Old floppy dog.
No, I've said this before. I'll say it again.
Look how
Cool Greg
cute.
Rack Zoom.
There it is. Nailed it.
Nah. Cool Greg's
I've
like
said this before. I'll say it again. I know that he is a little bit of a handful these days, but why do you not bring him?
He's not
to
a
me?
handful.
Why don't you bring him in more?
It's I don't know if you know this about me. If you've ever seen me at work,
Yeah.
I like to be focused on work.
Yeah, but
and so I
he's-
don't like to be.
But I don't know if you know this about me or not. I don't like to be focused on
I
work.
have
I like
noticed that.
distractions and I
Yeah.
like small animals.
Yeah.
And Joe, back me up here. Mm-hmm. You like both those things too, right?
I mean, I like the small animals. I don't love distractions.
You love when Kevin or Andy or me
Love
comes
when you
over
come up to my desk.
and just screws with you the entire
Yeah,
week,
it's
right?
great.
Yeah, that's super fun.
That's Nick.
I don't mind. It's not having a car, a little part of it, but it's more the fact that I don't want him getting into stuff. I don't want him getting stepped on.
Make Kevin watch him. It's fine.
He will get stepped on.
Yeah.
No.
Kevin
Well,
will step
Kevin
on
will
him.
run on him, yeah,
Yeah.
but Kevin hasn't broken anything yet or fallen down yet.
That you know of.
That we know
He's
of.
fallen down, I think, right?
I'm sure he
We're gonna
has.
say that he's fallen down for
Not
sure.
in this office. I don't
No,
think.
I mean I have filmic evidence of him falling down in a foot race.
Yeah.
but that's to be
That
expected.
is true.
You know what? I find myself once in a while thinking about it, and it wouldn't have sucked because we are kind of funny and that's who we are. I really wish that one day during the games cast, Jared did go through the wall. I don't know if you heard of this. Jared got he was on the paneling, his foot got caught in the mic's thing, and I was just
Excellent.
like, That would have been awesome.
Jared also, you guys,
and he just like takes down the thing.
During Extra Life, you broke the stool. Someone broke the stool, and then
again, the stool is really just a little table.
Yeah,
that we were using as a stool that was not meant to support a man,
but
destroying at Monopoly. Everyone knows your center of gravity gets heavier as you fucking own people at Ghostbusters.
Well,
Monopoly.
you get more, you accumulate more real estate.
Exactly,
so that makes you heavier and more denser. No, what was hilarious though, you broke it. And then did the one thing that you should never do with a broken chair. You set it back up to look like it was a normal, like it was totally fine, and just walked away. And of course, Jared, who of course is Jared, was the perfect person to sit on that and just collapsed into it. And I'm like, he really hurt himself. And he was like,
Jared,
no, I'm
you
fine.
can't hurt Jared.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Only emotionally.
Yeah.
He can't hurt him physically.
Fair point.
He's like, Metallo.
Yeah.
Remember this classic Superman the Animated Series episode?
Yeah.
Joey, sit down. You got to hear about this. You remember this too.
Joey,
Metallo?
you don't have to hear about
You remember
this.
Metallo?
You're fine, Joey.
Remember,
Can you
it
tweet the thing that I need you to tweet? Thank you.
Did you see my Slack message?
Cool. Is there some sort of snack you can bring me?
Hey, when you're done with all that, we need you to watch Superman the Animated Series, where the origin of Metallo. Because remember, he kisses Lois and he's like, I can't feel anything. And Lex is like, oh yeah, like you have to make those changes. And he's like, me. And he tears off his skin. It's like, fuck, Metallo, you're awesome.
You guys all slacked me with YouTube, plus Andy slacked me within 30 seconds about 3 different things. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I want to talk to you guys about something.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Game Over Greggy Show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 3, and a Portillo. Best friends. I don't want to pound around his head. Best friends. Gather. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Porty. I didn't mean to disturb you. Oh, no. Gather on this table, each bringing a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can get each and every episode early as watching it right now as we record it live. If any of us slip up and say something horrible about Joey, you'll see it before she gets a chance to edit it out. You look great today, Joey.
Thanks.
You're welcome. If you can also get it on Friday as a big video, big MP3. The big video and has the pre and post show just like the live shit does. If you don't want to give us any money, no big deal. Head over to youtube.com/kindafunny or podcast services the following Friday, where you can get each and every episode absolutely free. Today, the Patreon producer, of course, is DJ Kento. Thank you,
DJ Kento,
for your support, your service,
and your good looks.
Your good looks. We see you everywhere. I see them all over there doing stuff. DJ Kentoing it up.
Using that colored light.
And now that I've played 3 or 4 hours of Pokemon, I understand his name. DJ Kento, the Kento region, where the rat and the bird thing come from.
Kanto.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk quickly about Avengers 4.
Yeah. What happened? What happened?
So here's the thing.
We're recording this
the
Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
November 20th, right? Rumors are that the trailer will be released November 28th.
Ooh, dear.
But this episode is going live publicly to everyone December 6th or something like that.
Right. It's the day before, the day before the showcase.
So everything we say here is we're going to look like idiots.
Yeah, of
it's
course.
going to be absolutely wrong.
Well, that's always.
That's fine. I'm just, I like putting myself out there in those hard positions because, then I get to look at myself later and be like, you were a fucking idiot.
Hey, whatever.
You know what I mean?
Whatever. We're spitballing.
What do you want to do?
There's rumors, though, that to me, they're too good to be true. Like, I don't see them doing this. But the rumors are that it won't be one trailer they release. That instead, they're going to release multiple trailers that are not the Avengers 4 trailer. They're still not going to release the name of the movie yet. But it'll just going to be teasing the Untitled Avengers movie. And they're going to be remakes or recuts of a bunch of classic MCU trailers with differences based on the rumored time paradox shit that Avengers 4 is going to introduce.
So cool.
So and again, this all sounds like, all right, whatever.
But
this
remember,
sounds all fucking amazing.
This is Marvel, and they would do this.
What I'm saying is whatever in the sense of this is way too good to be true.
Okay,
This is way too detailed of this is what's going to happen. But yes, it'd be fucking awesome.
It's
And Marvel
Why do you
could
talk
pull
like
it off.
he talks like the WB Frog.
I like it. I like it. He's like, hello.
Great show. We don't ever
But one of the rumors is
Maybe
it'll
I
be
heard
like
of
the
this
original Avengers trailer, and then when it ends on the iconic circle shot,
it's
Giant
different
Man's
people.
there.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Like it goes, and then you see Ant-Man turn into Giant Man behind him.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And just a bunch of random things like that. But how off the wall would that be?
Dude, I'm so fucking far in on that I would even go as far as to say, throw it all out the window, start with Iron Man, and just fucking retcon the entire thing. Let's start over, baby. Let's go
Captain
20
Marvel,
more
yeah.
fucking movies and go.
I think they're planning on doing like a bunch of different trailers based like the original Iron Man trailer was one that they were talking about.
God,
where is this leaking
fucking
from?
cool.
This is all just like some like dudes on Twitter that
Gotcha.
like
imagine
their credibility all
Questionable.
over the place.
Questionable.
You know,
Like,
they've gotten
imagine-
some things right, they get a lot wrong.
It's impossible to do, but imagine if they were able to do that. That'd be fucking amazing.
July the
Not
28th?
just the trailers, but like go back and do Iron Man trailer with a different actor, whoever's going to take over for RDJ, and
yeah?
that's where we go from there. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like it's whoever the next Iron Man's going to be. It's that,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
what-
that,
No,
it's
I
that-
think you're getting too far ahead there. That's not how
It wouldn't be like that.
I know that, but I'm saying like imagine if that was their grand plan was eventually like once that happens everything gets retconned.
Like,
And then it's just
craziness.
it is start over. It's the fucking caravan going through the sand and it's like
Throw up the gang signs. No gang signs.
Right, and it cuts the backseat and it's not RDJ. It's whoever the new Iron Man's gonna be.
Yeah,
It's a totally different
I don't
story.
think there's gonna be a new
No.
Iron Man like that. But
That'd be fucking amazing. Though.
the,
cool, though.
The reason that November 28th is being brought up is the official prequel or prelude or whatever, like the March to Avengers 4 comic book comes out.
Oh, okay.
On December 4th.
Is that
Or
actual?
December 6th, something like that. And every time that the prequel comic comes out, the trailer is usually released a week before.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So it's exciting times.
Hell
Like,
yeah!
we're
I
getting
can't believe we
close.
know nothing.
We know nothing, and I hope that either
May?
they do this. Yes.
Okay.
Right now, but I have a feeling it would be bumped to
April again. Birthday present for me again.
I just love that this might be the first time ever that like they don't really put. What if there was no new trailer and it was all just
they
old
don't
footage?
need to. They don't need to.
It'd be amazing.
They could do trailers that are all just just tugging on that nostalgia heartstring. Everyone's gonna see this fucking movie anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all gonna see it.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome if they never showed anything new.
Anything.
They just
Anything.
it was just old footage. It was this like we've talked about it before of it's news reports or whatever. Or not even because we talked. There's supposed to be maybe a time jump, right? Like it's been like years since the snap, right? So like it's the 5th anniversary. We're commemorating all these people we lost, kind of thing. And then it's just like like ding, ding, and it's all the old footage of that shit, and then just a
Retrospective
release
stuff,
date in a.
They'll put out
footage.
they'll put out new trailers.
They will.
though.
Of
course
have
they
to.
will.
They have to. They got to get people hyped for this. It's just gonna happen.
I'm hyped,
But
Nick.
in
I am hyped
I
right
would
now.
love to be in a world where you could flip a switch though and be media blackout to it and be like, where I'm not watching anything new. I'm not seeing any new images. Nothing on the side of a fucking cup. Nothing. Just go into
Nothing
this
on the side of a
completely
cup.
dark and be like, wow me, surprise me, come at me. That'd be amazing. Come on.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Speaking of getting nuts, Gregway, tomorrow for people watching on YouTube.com/kindafunny or listening on podcast services around the globe, we're doing something called the Kinda Funny Game Showcase.
Yeah, boy.
We said, what do you want to talk about? And today Nick said, let's talk about the showcase, doggy dog.
You guys have been putting a lot of work into this. You have been burning the candle at both ends.
Sure.
I'm seeing you get in early. I'm seeing you got 5,000 emails to comb
correct,
through.
yeah.
Every 5 seconds, you stop and you go, I can't believe this is actually working. I can't believe people are responding to this. I'm getting trailer assets. We're getting like exclusives, things like that.
Yeah.
Super fun stuff.
We got a whole bunch of new stuff today.
How do you feel the process is going so far? Are you like when you thought this idea through?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is we never really think anything really
Sure.
through. We just kind of go, that'd be fun, and when we put it out
We're
there, then we
gonna
have
do
to
this
back
thing.
into it.
Cool.
When you imagined this concept between the span of potentially knowing that PSX wasn't happening and us doing something, how is that to what it is now?
The Kinda Funny Games Showcase is the cancer of Kinda Funny Games. In the way of, I was so naive about my cancer. I got cancer and I was like, oh, cool. I'll get to play Vita during chemo.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Totally underestimated how hard that was going to be.
Yeah.
I have drastically underestimated how tough the showcase was going to be.
I respect how
And not
hard you're rocking this mic, by the way.
I got a dog in my lap, man.
just.
I got the
You
dog
like
in the
this?
lap.
I like this little thing.
Yeah, this is
you know what I
how
mean?
is it?
This is my new way. This is my new way of holding it.
Look at that. That's good.
Right?
That
And it feels good too.
For people that don't know, what is the Kinda Funny Game Showcase? Because a lot of people on Kinda Funny don't watch Kinda Funny
Sure,
Games.
that's weird, right?
It's true, though.
We've had so many people who are like, "Oh man, I listen to the GameOverGreggy show all the time. I didn't know you guys did games content," and then vice versa. I'm just like, "Wow, that's really weird."
We should
be clear before
probably start running ads for both channels on all of our stuff.
Yeah, we should. We're not good at anything.
No.
To be clear, I will jump into that. Again, it was the naivete of the cancer thing. It was kind of a Greg joke that I was going to work on more of that.
Sure.
Just making sure nobody thinks it's bad. The showcase is amazing.
Gotcha,
I
okay.
just drastically underestimated it the same
You
way I underestimated cancer.
did start off with saying this is the cancer of Kinda Funny Games,
I know.
which not normally a positive
But
thing.
then I did the Greg Miller thing where I brought it back around.
Yeah, you brought it back around.
But I just wanted to make sure we
I understand.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, there was a show called PSX, and it was amazing. PlayStation experience. Everybody loved it year after year. You go to Vegas, you go to Anaheim.
Wasn't it always
one wonderful year we was here in San Francisco?
Wasn't it always sort of like, are they going to do it every year?
Yeah, oh yeah. Every year,
right?
it seemed, with the exception of the first year where hey, we're doing this thing nobody's heard of. We're like, oh, that's really cool, a fan event, neat. Every year since then has always been like, man, does PlayStation know what they're doing? Feels like they don't. They just.
But it's like it's that, and then Microsoft was like, "We'll dig out EXO out of the."
That's this year, and that's superfluous to this conversation.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, PlayStation in general though usually runs down to the wire of, are they actually doing this? When are they going to announce it? When do tickets go on sale? People start asking us. We either know or don't know, and can't say in either way probably. This year, yeah, it was running down to the wire again of people being like, "What is going on with PSX?" And what I love about PSX, right, other than the fact that it's a PlayStation show, and I'm a PlayStation reporter, I know it so well as my beat. It's a great time every year of people coming together in the wake of Jeff Keighley's Video Game Awards, because the Game Awards happen on Thursday. PSX kicks off traditionally on Saturday. It was Friday last year.
Game Awards being kind of a celebration for the entire year's worth of gaming, right?
Game Awards being
that's kind of what you guys would look forward to for PSX too, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. What I love about Game Awards into PSX is the fact that it's celebrating the industry.
Yeah.
What I love about Game Awards is, hey, here's everything that's amazing from the past year, along with here are the AAA announcements, here are the huge games you didn't know we were going to have stuff on, here's a new trailer for Last of Us, Jeff Keighley going out there, busting his ass, you know what I mean? And you want to talk about, like, I've always respected the man. You want to talk about having 20,000 times more respect putting together our goofy showcase and then imagining what it's like to do it live and to do it with a live audience and to do it with moving parts and to do it with AAA people, because guess
Amigos.
We do it with the Amigos. Are they on the part of this thing?
They were last year.
Okay, I don't. Okay, well, Churches is who I always think of when I think of
there too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But to do it with AAA people, because that's the other thing. We'll get to the showcase and a little bit better explanation of it. But showcase is more indies, smaller studios, trying to shine the light on them, right? The people who have been the hardest to work with for the showcase are, and this isn't in a bad way, is the bigger you get. The bigger the company gets, the more approvals there are, the harder it is to get the asset. So then imagine what it's like for Jeff to sit there and have to run through this with live orchestras or whatever the hell he's doing at Game Awards. It's insane. I digress. Game Awards is AAA, I always feel like, and then PSX would come in and be like, hey, here's Gio Corsi, here's Shuhei Yoshida, here are these personalities that are coming up. And yes, you're getting plenty of first-party big stuff, but more importantly, you're getting the chance for Gio to be like, and it's coming to Vita, and it's coming to Vita. Like, the PlayStation stopped talking a long time ago about Vita at E3, PSX became that kind of thing. And I thought that doing that at a fan event set the tenor right, where it is that Supermassive is going to do an on-stage playthrough of Until Dawn, right, where we all scream out answers and stuff. And it was like, that was cool. It's cool to see indies get up there. You know what I mean? You think about, like, Lara Croft Go, right, got announced in release day and date on the PSX stage, right? That's a small game that wouldn't get the time of day at Game Awards. It wouldn't get a time of day at E3 probably, but at PSX, that's where it's allowed to shine. So
it would have got it at Game Awards. I feel like Game Awards has turned into something bigger than it used to be. Like it took, I would say, 5 years for Game Awards to become this.
You're
thing
talking about the old,
where, I mean, even Jeff Keighley's Game Awards for the last. This is the fifth one, right? I think it's the fifth one. Looking from the first one to this, it's like now people are expecting Metroid Prime.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas a couple years ago, people expected a new character in Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Fair point.
You know what I mean?
No, don't be talking shit about Cranky Kong now. Come on.
There's a lot of shit to talk about Cranky Kong.
What are you talking
and
about,
I
man?
will
He was cranky.
any day of my life.
He was cranky. Anyways, yeah, the way it's been set up traditionally, giant spotlight for AAA stuff, and like, you know, the industry luminaries in LA at LA Live for this. PSX being, hey, we're Drinkbox. Hey, we're another small studio. We're out here. We're all indies. We're doing this cool shit. Let's thrive. Let's have booths. Let's, you know, share what we're doing. This year, PlayStation is not doing a PSX. And so,
do we to back up? Is that just because like we just don't want to throw the effort into it, or like do we have any understanding of
the
why
official line from them was like, we've had a huge year with Spider-Man, with God of War, with
like,
Detroit.
We crushed it.
We can't show something all the time, and we don't think we'd put on a show that would live up to the hype that it would have.
That's fascinating.
Which is something I think we saw last year, right? Where it was, hey, we're gonna do PSX differently. We're gonna do E3 differently.
Medieval, and everyone's like,
man, here's Greg to talk to people for an hour. You know what I mean? Like, there's an expectation set, similar to how we're talking about Game Awards' expectation now. There's an expectation set for PSX, and so PlayStation, I'm assuming reading the tea leaves last year into this year and seeing what they would have, what they could have ready, and then thinking about what we could lean harder on our third-party partners, our smaller studios. That's no longer what people think of for PSX in a way, even, right? Like they do think about, oh man, Final Fantasy is going to have something new. We're going to do this kind of giant announcement. And so they decided not to. I had heard rumors from trusted industry sources a while before any official announcement that there was going to be no PSX this year. And I would say but when we were talking about timetables of not having heard anything at like this point, I was like, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look like it's really going to happen. And then I had heard
Which, to be fair, is exactly how it felt like last year.
Sure, exactly.
And then it ended up happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I remember correctly, that's how it's felt like for the past couple of years, which are like there's radio
but like
silence.
they were running up like it's you can get into like nitty gritty date stuff, but they had run past one of the other dates, but hadn't hit the latest time they've ever announced it. But at this point, I think I was reaching out to my sources, and I had had from a source I trust a confirmation that there was no PSX. Mr. PlayStation.
I love him.
Great guy. It was that, okay, this really isn't happening, and I probably had maybe a week's heads up, not knowing when it was going to get announced, but maybe a week or two head up, like it's not going to happen. And I think it was when I was in London, I was sitting there thinking when Jen and I were out at a pub probably, and just this idea of like, well, what if we did it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like the idea. I don't want that to end. I love the fact that it goes Thursday into Saturday into Sunday for a real PSX, right? Of like the celebration and community and everyone's eyes on 1 week of December, right? And it is that great end cap, I feel, of both the Game Awards. Game Awards celebrates what's come this year and then also gets you hyped for what comes next year. And PlayStation Experience does the same thing on a smaller level, but like in terms of like, hey, there's a lot of cool shit happening, and gives a platform to people who don't get the Game Awards platform because Jeff's trying to make a tight show that's awesome and amazing. And so I started kicking around the idea of like, well, what if we did our own thing? And I was with Jen and I was like, hey, what if this happened? If there's no PSX, and what would you think about us doing a thing? Because Jen's my bullshit detector. She's in the industry. She knows the industry. If I have a lot of dumb ideas, she'll tell me when they're dumb.
Sure.
And she was like, that's a brilliant idea. And I was like, really? Like, she was way into it more into it than I was. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you don't understand right now. Like, if there is no PSX, there are so many people right now working on assets, hoping that they're going to get the call to be a part of a PSX. Like, they've learned, especially small studios, have learned that
keep something ready.
There's no warning. PlayStation's going to come to you. You have to deliver. She's like, people are going to have somewhere to go with this stuff.
That's great.
And I was like, all right, cool. And so then we came in here, and it was at the first weekly meeting back. So it was London. And I was like, hey, at the end of it, I was like, I have this idea of like, I think that I've heard there's not going to be a PSX. If there's not going to be PSX, I think we should do our own press conference. And you lit up immediately, Tim.
Hell yeah, baby.
You were like,
go.
that's fucking
Let's bring
awesome.
the hype.
Right?
Our own press conference?
Yeah.
We're not qualified. Let's do it.
At all. No idea. No, in no way, shape, or form are we qualified.
Well, but yes, but again, I think when you guys pitched it to me as like a press conference, I was like, I don't get that. I don't understand that. And then you were like, well, it's not going to be more like a press conference. It's more going to be a celebration of games, more in line with sort of a Nintendo Direct style thing where we're just kind of like putting together a really tight, I don't know how long this is going to end up being, but hour to 2 hour long, putting it out there so it really celebrates all these different unique indie titles and maybe some other stuff, who knows. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Right. Yeah. Oh, and I'm like, because the idea of us going out on stage and being like, doing that presentational style, I couldn't understand necessarily, because I'm like, that makes sense for PlayStation to talk about PlayStation properties. Yeah. But for us to go out there and talk about other people's properties, it seems weird. But now that we're making it kind of more our own, which is like, we're gonna make a giant video out of it, with graphics and like, presumably some on-camera hosting by you guys, which I know we're gonna do, but I haven't quite got to filming yet. That makes more sense.
It wouldn't be kind of funny if it was done ahead of time.
Well,
we need the fire. We need Tim taking the Keurig home. When he takes the Keurig home to
I'll never forget that. I'm like, what the fuck happened to the Keurig?
Oh,
Tim came and took it home.
I was like, what happened? No,
can we just give him another one?
That's what's funny about this event itself.
We make money on Patreon.
Yeah, it differs from Kind of Funny Live, where it's like Kind of Funny Live, so much of it was...
This is a way different beast.
It's way different. Where it's like, it was us on the back end a lot, and then it was me at some point taking it and just being like, all right, I'm going to live in a dark room for 2 weeks getting this whole thing
cut video packages over and over again.
Whereas with this, it's a bit more like, it's way more on you for pre-production of you planning everything.
Right.
And then there was that point where it's like, it's kind of the opposite of Kind of Funny Live. it hit a point where you brought me into your world.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, let's look at this and actually come up with a run of show based on our knowledge of the industry and us watching press conferences and
also
enjoying them for the last 10 years.
Based on the assets that people are providing for us, right?
So let's dial it back because we're still doing this chronologically, right? So yeah, we do the meeting. You guys are into it too, and it's the classic thing of Kind of Funny, which is why this is awesome that it times out so well with you winning 30 under 30, Tim, because it is that I had the idea, I had no vision for the idea. I had the raw idea of let's do a conference, and to me it was like, we'll do it on green, and I'll be in a suit, and we'll get a jib for the room or something, and I was like, that doesn't sound right, but I know you guys will figure it out in terms of what it would be, right? And so I brought that to you, and immediately we start percolating on the ideas, but we're all in. And so then the idea became, cool, now we have to be in hawk mode. Because as soon as something happens, as soon as Sean Layden tweets he's not doing this, I want to respond, and I want to be there to say, we're doing it, we'll do it, and then figure it out from there. I wanted, because I know it sounds goofy at this point, because I don't know if anybody else ever did. To me, after I had the idea, I was like, this is so good, this is such a great idea, that other people have to be thinking about
There's
it.
no way.
I think an IGN, a GameSpot,
No
somebody
way.
else
No
has
way
to.
IGN's like, you know what we'd love to do mid-December? A giant project instead of letting all of our people have 2 weeks break.
Fair. But I mean,
IGN, this does sound, if you said, hey, IGN's doing this, I'm like, that makes sense, right? If they're going to go out there and make a cool show to really celebrate games, I'm like, yeah, that totally makes sense. They're a major media outlet.
It's been, heartening. We'll get to the response from developers, but heartening from our peers. The amount of people who have talked to me about it and been like, it's so cool that you're doing this, and also you're the only person who could do this.
Yep.
Of like, nobody else has contacts like you do. Nobody else knows this. Nobody else, is trusted enough. Because, like, keep in mind, we're dealing with, again, multi-million-dollar companies that are sending, like, and then, of course, indies and all these different things, but are sending us assets, including us way early on shit that I shouldn't be included on and being talked, you know what I mean? Like, and trusting us not to fuck them over. Not that we would, but again.
No, but you skate, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You skate the line of being sort of like, you're in a weird nebulous area where you still have a lot of that journalistic integrity. You still have a lot of those old school, like, that old school esteem in the industry, but you're also an entertainer. You're also a personality. You're like you've risen to the cream of the crop of games personalities.
You're like a video game triple threat.
Yeah,
that's what they call me.
You don't make games though.
I could though.
You could.
I couldn't.
You could.
You could. And so I'm waiting. By the way, I'm waiting for that fucking that shoot and
morning
drop
meeting
where it's just like, hey guys, I got this great idea for a game. I'm like, cool. Now we have to figure out how to make a game.
We tried once.
We'll do it.
So yeah, that was the idea, and it was like, and then just a holding pattern of like, well, who knows when it's gonna happen, blah 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 blah. And then it was a morning show. Me and Nick were on, and while we were on the morning show, the chat started popping off that on the blogcast, Sean had said there's no PSX this year. And so I immediately dropped out of Nick. I just stopped listening to Nick and started working on tweets and trying to do it. Had the tweet drafted that I wanted. Went to tweet it. It crashed. So I lost the tweet. Then you came in. You're like, hey. I'm like, I know. I'm on it. And put it out there that, hey, we're doing, there's no PSX this year. And we don't think that this should stop. And we will do it ourselves. So if you're a developer, do this. Followed it by, yes, I'm serious. Because that is the thing, is it sounds like a stupid thing. Because this is also in like the height of shirtless Spider-Man and all this other crap we were doing on Twitter. And it's like,
well, that's classic Kind of Funny. It
Sure.
is
That's us,
always everything at once. It is super serious, we're professionals, but it's also we're fucking idiots doing dumb things. And then it's also, hey, we're doing dumb things really professionally. Like there's 3 tracks that are all very different. There's a little bit of overlap here and there, but
it's weird and it shouldn't work, but it does.
In classic us fashion, that tweet ended up being extremely misleading. Because we used the GIF of Kind of Funny Live 3.
Yep.
So everyone thought, oh, they're doing another live show. This is in their wheelhouse. This is something that, like, where can I buy tickets? And it's like, oh, fuck, we fucked up.
It was one of those things. But again,
well, I mean, that was an easy enough message to rein in. And, like, I think also people want to be surprised with what it is. And since then, we've been good with messaging of what it is. And I've talked about it on Games Daily and Gamescast, and I popped up on the Game Informer podcast via written form when they were talking about it. I've done it on GameSpot now and IGN. Like I've made the rounds the best I can. But in the moment, right, fired off the tweet. Yes, I'm serious. Went back between morning show and Games Daily to the desk. Fired off 2 emails. First and foremost to PlayStation.
Yeah,
where it was like, hey, I've learned through our years that usually what happens when I do something stupid like this is I don't say anything to you, and then I have a conversation with you guys later where you thought you read into my tone in the wrong way.
Toes are being stepped on.
This is not me making fun of you. That was the biggest thing for me. Is like, this is not, again, it's shirtless Spider-Man. It's all this different stuff. We walk this cool line. this is not me saying you guys couldn't do it, so I'm grabbing the Infinity Gauntlet, I'll do it myself kind of thing. It's me saying we're gonna hold the torch for you for a year. When you come back, whenever you come back, it'll be there for you. I'm not gonna. This is, you know what I mean, blah blah. Blah. To which they were like, great. And the second one was Jeff Keighley.
They're like, good luck.
Yeah, exactly. See you later.
There's a reason we're not doing this.
And the second one's to Jeff. I'm just like, hey, again, this isn't me saying I'm usurping the Game Awards. This is totally different. This is a smaller thing. This is. You do you. I will send if anybody ever tries to pit us against each other, go to Jeff. He's the real show kind of thing. Yeah. And so yeah, then we went and did Games Daily, and then I came back and my Twitter was flooded. My this is right after, I think a couple days before, or maybe even that day, I put my business email in the my Twitter bio for this kind of thing to get ready for this. And sure enough, yeah, like people started rolling in of wanting to do it, and that's when I knew I was in trouble.
Oh yeah.
When I started looking at the inbox and it was just all bold and it was all showcase, or the press conference and all these different things of like, oh fuck, like there's a lot of people who want to do this. I there was, when you talk about it and you think about it, it was like, is this going to be a 15-20 minute thing? Is it going to be? Can we make an hour? And now it's like we're at we think we're at 2 hours, right? We haven't still done time scheduled out yet. I'm still estimating 2 hours for it. And it's just like, holy shit, right? And like the amount of people that came in. And then it was the normal thing of all of this came in, and at no point did that mean I was getting pulled off of our other projects.
Right.
So
classic Greg Miller fashion.
Yeah.
Let me still do 18 shows a week while planning this thing.
So then it became that, yeah, everybody found out through Twitter. So I just kept communicating publicly on Twitter of like, I have 64 emails I haven't read. I'm going to get to them on the weekend, right? And it was like, I think this is the weekend Poe was visiting. He was landing actually as I did this. So like Sunday when we watched the Bears game with Lucy at Underdogs, I brought the laptop and I was like, I'm going to knock out all these emails. And I got through like a tenth of them, you know what I mean? And then it was like continuing to work on that schedule and keep people updated and do this and make folders. And then, craft messaging, which we didn't do because it was this thing of like, cool, where should we send our developers? Can they get on stage and demo the game? And I'm like, oh, no. And I keep saying like it's
we just need a video.
It's a PSX mashed with a Nintendo Direct, right? Where it's exactly. Yeah. It's us gonna do video intros. At the time, I had no idea what that meant. We're gonna do stuff. We're gonna introduce things. We're gonna introduce segments, but we're kicking to video packages. If you want, your developer can give a message. We can talk about different things to do. But so many people were here. When the Game Informer guys got a message from their audience, and it was like, "Hey, are you guys sending anybody to the Kind of Funny Game Showcase?" They were like, I don't think so. No, but we wouldn't be a post. I had write like, "Hey guys, it's a video. Like, don't worry, you don't have to go anywhere."
We're making this so. I bet. I have to imagine that once all the smaller developers heard that, they were like, thank God.
Oh, sure, I imagine.
Thank God that we don't have to do something and like send people someplace and like have that expense, because that has to be like, I mean, even just the time commitment of coming down and making sure your stuff works right and getting everything installed and all that stuff is just a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah.
I like this so much better. Yeah. And I'm saying that for purely selfish reasons.
No.
Because Kind of Funny Live comes close to killing me and Tim every year.
This is the thing we were talking about.
See you next year if we do Showcase 2, because will that be live? We'll see.
Who knows?
Hopefully PSX is there to take the torch. We don't have to. So the dude, when E3, when they were like, oh, PlayStation's not doing E3, the number of joke tweets I got about we should do an E3 press conference, followed by the DMs from real developers being like, if you're in, I'm in. I'm like, oh my fucking God, please stop.
An E3
we haven't even gone. I haven't even proved I can do this one yet.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, like this was,
it is an interesting evolution though of those press conferences, right? Because like historically, it's always been the company doing the press conference for their own stuff.
We were talking about this, right? Of like, has there been in independent way? Like you think of like the PC E3 press conference, kind of,
but that's different though, because that's still PC. It's still just one console. You know what I mean? Console,
and it's
in quotes. But then you look at things like Game Awards. I feel like that's the closest we get. But that's just a bunch of announcements. That's not a press conference. It's an award show that has trailers.
And that's
stuff. The focus is announcements. The focus is trailers and
like making an actual show.
When I started crafting the pitch on the fly to these people, right? The idea is like the Kind of Funny Game Showcase is celebrating games, and to be a part of it, all you have to do is have a game that looks cool, obviously, but have something new to say. It can be that your game has DLC. It can be that your game's previously announced, but you have a release date. It can be that you're releasing it today. It can be that you're announcing a game. And so many people
has to be new. And like
many people have reached out with that.
So important that it's not just, hey, you've seen this game a million times. Here, look at it again with no new information.
And that was the thing, and that's been the, it's been hard, not hard, I should say. It's been Yeah, it's been hard learning, not even learning to, but in this instance, learning to say no to people. You know what I mean? Of that message, like, oh man, because it is.
You can't get everyone in there.
It
That's
is
the
still
problem.
indies. It is still small. People reach out and they're like, yeah, we're doing it. And the game comes out, end of November. And I'm like, ugh, I know that's close, but I can't, right? And like one of the games that we were talking about yesterday, right? Of like, do we follow up on this?
Yes.
Their dates are hitting, like they were trying to do day and date or right after us, but they're going right before us. So I reached out. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I've turned other people away because
the
of
game
that.
looks fucking awesome.
And they were like, well, what? They were like, oh fuck, we didn't know, but we would have changed release dates. It's too late now. I'm like, I understand. But they were like, okay, well, then they came up with like 3 other things that make them okay, cool. That's news. Yeah, we can get you in the show if you do that. If you say that, right?
Yeah,
something hot.
Totally. And it's like, and that's the thing now of like. When I finally got all the ducks in a row and made the Kind of Funny Game Showcase FAQ and sent it off to all the developers, the ball was finally in their court. They finally had pretty much all the answers they needed, but like what we needed, what it needs to look like, what kind of information we need from them, right? And I was like, cool. Now it's in their court. I get to chill out. And then it was like, I looked at the calendar for the next week, and like that was when we were supposed to be recording like our shit. I was like, oh fuck, I got to be on everybody's ass for this. Yeah. In terms of like this. Because another big thing, for us is what you've already said, right? And what you were hinting at too, in terms of doing a showcase and doing a press conference, is we've seen so many of these. We know what is good, we know what is bad, we know what doesn't work, and what we always want to change, right? And that's why any intro is super, hey, here's what the information is and let's go. Yeah. That's why the few montages we're doing, right, I'm very proud of them because they're going to be, when you look at a PSX montage, no offense to PSX, and press conferences in general. Yeah. Hey, cool, we have a whole bunch of partner games, let's look at them. And you get this montage that's cutting around between games.
Here's some dubstep, and here's some footage of 10 different games.
And they're not,
no labels.
There was a year at PSX where they did that, and in the room they showed the logos on a different screen. At home there were no logos.
It was just gameplay footage.
You're like, what are these games?
You don't know what they are.
And even when they do have the names, like I don't understand what I just saw.
Yeah.
And so like from the ground up for us, it was like, all right, cool. When we do montages, because the whole thing is not montages. When we do montages, it is going to be, we want a bug to pop in that's like what the developer is, release date, genre, information there that you have. Yeah, exactly. All the quick hit information. And then we had every developer, pretty much every developer, even if they're putting in trailers or announcements otherwise, put in a 280 character description that then we read. Yeah. So that's like, all right, cool. Here's the pitch of the game. Not that it's ours, but here we're pitching it for you so that as you watch it, you can read about it, you can see the game, and you can hear what's going on. Yeah. And you actually know what the fucking game is, which is a huge part.
And I think that is a perfect example of how we are making this a press conference our way, where it's like we've learned from what we like and what we don't like, and we're going to try to deliver the information the way that we would want people to deliver it to us, with minimal stupid jokes and overly long sketches and all of this dumb shit. Like this, I feel, is a great.
And you're not kidding, because when we talked about this, I said I'm in, but the one thing I want is that couch from the Switch announcement, and you were like, no. And I was like, okay, I'm still in. I'm still in. Just want you guys to know.
That's the thing is, we want to get in, and we want it to be like I'm writing the script, right, and it's like 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, maybe a 4th. That's it. Go.
And that's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we need to get in and out. This, I think, is going to be a very interesting turning point in what our company is capable of.
Sure.
I'm really interested to see what the reaction is to this. I think it's going to be very positive.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is what it is. It's not pretending to be more than it is. Yeah. It's like, look, this is a celebration of video games. This is a interesting focus on a bunch of games that you probably wouldn't have heard of and definitely wouldn't have got this type of attention otherwise.
If I can pause you, like that's the biggest thing for me, right? Of like, when I start talking about this and I'm doing a showcase, why are you doing a showcase? It's just the fact of with PSX gone, there are dozens of games, right? Like right now we are at 64 games in the Kind of Funny Game Showcase. That will
5 away. Get 5. Come on, guy.
That's a great point.
Come on, guy.
I'm sure it will go up. I'm sure it'll fluctuate. We're going to fluctuate before we get there.
Don't you know what we do here?
But the idea is that there's no other avenue in December for 64 games to come out and be like, here's an announcement, here's a release date, the game's out now, all this other stuff without this, right? And on top of that, it's the idea that what I want to do is it's what I'm trying to do with Kind of Funny Games Daily, right? Okay, cool. There's smaller creators I want to bring in, right, and use our platform for. I think our platform goes a long way of, hey, we all love video games. Well, you and I love video games. We love video games. I love indie games. You know what I mean? I love these things that you can get in short bursts. And I love going to a PAX and seeing games that, you know, you don't get to see. But like what we talk about is we come back from those PAXs and I talk about them. If we lead with that as the headline, nobody clicks on it, right?
Yeah.
This is a great idea of here is all you need to know about all these awesome games. And again, it's very much the Adam Boyes method from old PSX of we're going to have 12 announcements. I hope 3 speak to everybody. Like we're going to have 64 games in there. I assure you, you are going to see shit that you're like, I need that. And hopefully you can get it that day.
What's also very interesting about this is we don't have to do this. Right? Sure. This is not like this is not something that was born out of like, oh, we need revenue or we're sponsored or what. This is just
this isn't
fun.
sponsored.
You psychotic fucking bastards were like, yeah, this sounds like a fun thing to do, and I'm like,
Well,
okay,
what's cool about it is I feel like you're almost a little bit too inside it right now to see what it really is, because I feel like the comparisons to PSX almost aren't apt at all. It just happens to be happening that day. At this point, this isn't PSX.
I know.
This is its own thing that is more about focusing on games that wouldn't ever even be at PSX. That's not to say that there aren't games that would be.
Sure.
Because there are.
Of course.
But I feel like this is cool that what's different and unique about it is this is the first time that there's a video game press conference with every console being represented. And different games being announced from AAA all the way down to good lord, all the way down to indie. And like other people have done it before in similar ways. Like you know, Devolver is a good example, right? But they had their own vibe. They have their own thing.
We're not doing Devolver.
We're not doing the Devolver. We're trying to take this seriously.
But that was still all games that were underneath their umbrella.
Yeah,
right?
of course. That was their own thing. Yeah, this is the first time it's kind of like, hey, it's marketing, right? And I feel like what makes us unique is that we have the audience. Yeah, like we have that built-in ecosystem of like, you know, Double Fine often does the
Day of the Devs.
Day of the Devs. That's Double Fine, right?
I think they're like lead sponsor. Greg Rice organizes it. I'm not sure if it's an official Double Fine event.
So, like they do this. Yeah. It's just they don't kind of get the entire industry's eyes on it.
Sure, right, that's the lucky.
But what's really cool for me to see to kind of sit back and watch this, because I'm helping in any way I possibly can, but I obviously am not like intricately involved.
How's that montage bug coming?
Oh, it's fantastic. I have it all queued up. I'm working on it today. My stuff, I feel like is the easiest part of this, right? This is our wheelhouse of like make graphics, shoot you guys intros, all that stuff. That's easy.
Hey Joe,
give him the footage. But what I find fascinating, and what I wish people could see, because they don't often get a chance to see this, is when I come in the morning and I'm planning the morning show, and you go,
it became dog water. Can you dump it out and give me more water?
Right.
See, this is why I don't bring him in. This is why I don't bring him in. Yes, why he throws off the show.
I like how he smelled the water for a good 5 minutes, and then was like, one lick, I don't want it anymore. One lick, I don't want it anymore.
We've missed him.
No, but what I want people to understand is like you would come in. I would come in the morning. You would already be there, of course. And you'd be like, dude, I know you don't, like, this is not necessarily your wheelhouse, but you got to look at this trailer.
Yeah.
Like, you got to check this thing out.
Yeah.
And you're giddy as a school kid because you get all these cool trailers and you're, like, legit stoked to see this shit before everyone else. So this is not coming from a place of, like, of anything else other than pure passion, which is just super impressive to me.
Well, again, it's the idea that I get to use our platform, my platform, to show these people who are working so hard on something. Right?
Yeah.
This is the evolution of the Game Awards speech. Of like how I can pay it forward and thank developers,
it's really
right?
cool.
And every one of these games that's in here, and I'm not bullshitting, I think. I think as I try to run through the 64 games, every one of these games in here is legitimately cool. There's something that when they saw it, I was like, yo, yeah, fuck yeah, you need to be a part of this.
Real talk, I would say there was one game out of all these that I'm like, I don't know that we need to put this in, but it has a good story. So that's why it's getting put in. Every other game, like if there's 63, 62 of them, I'm like, either this is fucking cool or this is not cool for me, but it's cool for someone else.
Right. Sure. And that's the big thing too, right? Of trying to figure out what mood for a game you're going to be in or what's going to be. Yeah. So like it's run away. It's become a different beast. It's way more work than I thought it was. You know what I mean? Like it's to the point that, you know, obviously Jen's awesome. She's an amazing partner, but like, this is I've never been this stressed, period, full stop. You know what I mean? Like I've never at work, whether you talk about IGN, whether you talk about an E3, whether you talk about whatever, been as stressed out as I am now, because I just want to make sure I'm nailing this, not only for us, but for these developers and for the audience, obviously. So, and it's not that I'm like, I hate it or anything like that. It's just, it's a lot. And it's you know, it's juggling a lot of different pieces.
Work.
Yeah. And so like, you know, there was a full, you know, of something I've never ever had in my life or whatever, or let alone with Jen, obviously, but like this past Sunday, or no, not time's gone for me. I have no idea. The last Sunday we were home.
It's Christmas right now. You're fine. You can sleep.
Oh my God, finally.
You can sleep.
She keeps saying that. She's like, I cannot wait for December 15th.
Does she understand that you're going to hit December 15th and hibernate like a bear for 3 weeks?
She's like, you're going to hit December, this is the 8th, right? So you're going to hit December 10th to December 12th, and your immune system's going to shut down.
Probably.
Because right now, it knows where the finish line is, and it's just pointing through.
Long story short,
finish line, by the way.
Oh, I know. There's still more kind of funny.
5th, baby.
But I mean, that's the thing, right? Of like, we'll get to that, of how
finish line after finish line.
You do something, I'm doing something, and we come together and we need each other and we don't talk otherwise. Sunday of last weekend, it was that, we woke up and I forgot Saturday was the XO18 thing. And so it was like, it was a work day after, the last weekend being Extra Life, after the last weekend before that being some trip we were on. And Sunday I woke up and the house is destroyed. The kitchen's a mess. There's shit all over the living room. Our bedroom's disgusting. And it was that thing of like, all right, a lot of chores to do today. And she's like, yeah, I know. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. All right, I'm cool. I'm like, all right, I'll start on the kitchen. And she's like, no. Like, you sit on the couch. Like, you sit on the couch and you play Assassin's Creed. Like, you are dying. I can see it. I can see this killing you. Like, just sit down and I will take care of everything. And I'm like, but I don't want to be a bad partner. She's like, you're not. That's not what this is. She's like, it's the seesaw of a relationship. And right now, you are so down that I got this. I can take care of this. You don't need to work. Don't do any of that shit. Just take care of yourself for a second. And that was awesome. And it was what I needed. And it was really fucking, rad to have that for a second. But I hadn't taken my foot off the accelerator in quite a while. And so, like how badly I need a haircut right now. Like, there's just no time.
That's great.
There's just no time.
See, that's what you think you need a haircut. What you need to do is let it grow, baby.
Yeah.
Superman Returns. There it is.
Okay.
No, that's not what it was. What was it after he died?
You're talking about, the return of Superman. Death and Return of Superman. Yeah, I hear you. Turn it up,
a little bit of gray. You come out with a hair.
Oh, so Kingdom Come, where I have pull back in a ponytail with the gray
dog. Let's go.
So and it's just we're thundering towards and getting closer every day. And it's that thing of I've enjoyed the speculation that people will put up, or the feedback the best friends will put out, right? Because this is a very interesting thing. Before I get to that, right? Now the trailers are rolling in and we're watching all this different stuff, blah, blah, blah. After Games Daily, I think on Friday last week, Andrea came back to do some other work and I was like, oh, you want to see some of the stuff? She's like, yeah. And I started showing her stuff and we watched like 2 or 3 trailers or whatever. She's just like, this is going to be huge for you guys. Like, are you excited? And I'm like, I don't have that vision on it. Like you're talking about,
I'm so stoked. I'm thinking about.
I'm so down in it right now. Yeah, I can't think about it, but it does dawn on me, right, that right now our subreddit is speculating and our Reset Era community thread is talking about it. And it is that speculation of like, I just, like they put up the drinking game on the subreddit yesterday. And you read this and you're like, wow, it's awesome that you guys don't have you don't know what you're about to get. Because none of this is going to happen for the most part. In terms of like Kevin laughing or the video hitching or this, that, and the other, you know what I mean? Like, and like when it was in the early days of I'm doing this and so one of the things where people are like, I just feel like you guys need to work out technical shit. And I'm like, that's why we are going to Twitch. Like Twitch has been incredibly nice and awesome with this and talk to us from I announced it. Because again,
shout out to Mary. It's
this crazy thing that I announced this stupid thing, very much like Kind of Funny, where I thought it was going to be an uphill battle to make people understand it. And it's been the complete opposite of people bending over backwards to help us, give us assets. But then on top of that, the fact that when we announced it on that day, Dornbush and Barrett did a video at IGN about it. Like, about PSX being canceled, but talked about us in that, right? A way to legitimize it. Game Informer talking about it. Then when I go on beyond getting questions about it and like actually having a real conversation about it, Twitch reaching out and being like, whatever you guys need. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you know, we're a garbage truck on fire. Nothing works right. This is going to be a VOD. Can we run it from your HQ? And they're like, totally you can run it from here. So it's like now if anything goes wrong, we are indeed cursed and it has nothing to do with our technical setup.
It's true.
Like when Andrea said that, it was the first glimpse I really had of like, right, like this is going to be a big deal outside. Because like, so many developers and publishers have asked me like, what do you think numbers are going to be on this? And I'm like,
10 million.
I really don't know, but
or else it's a failure.
What I keep talking to them about is like, when we do E3 post press conference stuff, like when we do the PlayStation post press conference, like it's usually 20. We have
20 is the highest.
20,000
for a PlayStation.
Yeah, and that'll stick there. 15 will go down a bit. Yeah, I know, right. Well, really, man, Shuhei fucked us on those numbers for this one.
That's all that we had, Shuhei, is PlayStation's E3 press conference.
But I keep talking to them about it, right? I'm like, that's 15 or 20 at our highest, obviously.
Yeah.
When we're competing, there's other people. There's Easy Allies. There's IGN. There's so many other people making that same kind of content. So what is it going to look like on a day when we're the only show in town? And I want everyone doing reaction streams, and I want you talking over it, and I want everyone to use this and co-stream it and all that jazz. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I feel like, for me, a success level would be 10K. If we get 10K concurrents, I'm like, we did a good job. I want a lot more than that, though. And I feel like that's on us to get the word out and to explain to people what you just said about,
well, we got
hey, we want you
talked
to,
about a press release.
We need to do a press release.
Yeah.
We need to send it out to like the thing is, we are treating this differently than we treat a lot of Kind of Funny things, where it's not about Kind of Funny. It's about
100%.
the games. It's about game announcements. We're doing a showcase, and it is showcasing the games. It is not about a bunch of in-jokes. It's not about, you know, our stupid bullshit. It's about us presenting information the best way we know how.
It's going to be a little bit about our stupid bullshit. Just a little bit.
It's not, though.
I mean, like,
It's
in terms of
really not.
me and Tim, like, being very off the cuff and funny, but I mean, that's in two lines. It's not going to be Chad. It's not going to be Kevin. It's not, you know what I mean?
You can.
I do want Nick to be weird.
all.
I do want Nick to come out. You want to get weird.
You want to get weird?
That's all I want.
Do you want to get weird, doggy dog?
But my thing is, this is it's bigger than us. Where it's
100%.
like this is something that video game websites cannot know who the fuck we are and still watch it, and it's about the information. It's not about us.
In the biggest way, I think the easiest way to put it right is like, this isn't sponsored, and because we time window, but more importantly, we didn't want it. We didn't chase sponsorships. We don't want this to be sponsored. In the same way, it's not brought to you by Taco Bell, Hitman 2, whatever the hell else. It's also not brought to you by Kind of Funny.
Absolutely.
There's not going to be a lower third that pops up like, hey, remember the GameOverGreggy show is something that exists.
And not that there's anything wrong with sponsorships, by the way. And like, I
no,
reserve
we
the
want-
right to
no,
one
no.
day get this sponsored.
No, for test bed, here's what we are. This is what it is.
We wanted this to be pure, exactly
Passion
what
and
our
love.
vision was, with the best that we could do with what we were given. So it's like, with the 63 games we have now, this is the best show we can possibly make.
Yeah.
To announce them and to show them off properly. And I think that it's going to go outside of our normal fan base of people. It's going to have our fan base, but then plus
And
more.
that's what I was driving at earlier, right? Of like, I don't see it at the moment being a huge thing, right, for the industry and getting all this. I see it as we're producing something and the subreddit's talking about it, which is normal, right? And so it is that thing of they're really into it and they're really trying to figure out what's going on and where it's going to go. But like, I hope when whoever hears about it from whatever and they tune in, right? And it's the thing of like, again, the amount of press people who have reached out to me wanting to know about it. Like, I'm expecting coverage from like the outlets too. Like the way Joey's already planning out the social feed of like, if you're not watching live on Twitch, once the announcements end, we're just publishing the segments and the trailers up there and tagging the right people. So you can, again, this would be great. Yeah, sure. If you follow Kind of Funny for shit, it's more about the idea of like, oh man, that was a really cool game. I want to know more about it. I can go to Kind of Funny vids, see it tagged, follow the developer, follow the game, do whatever you need to do. Right.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of, and it'll go up on YouTube right afterwards, obviously. And it's a lot of moving pieces right now that are always changing. Fun story for you. Our final thing tried to pull out today.
Fuck.
So I reached back and I was like, well, okay, hold on a second. So we'll see what happens. They're working, they're working. It's not like they're being dicks about it.
Yeah.
They're like, you know, it's moving parts or whatever. We'll figure it out. It won't be bad either way. You don't even know what it was or is. So you don't even know what you're missing or getting.
Bullshit.
But we'll figure it out. But yeah, it's been a lot of work. It's been an interesting ride. It's been more than I thought it would be. It's been great, and I can't wait to get to the finish line and have the final product.
That's always what these things are,
Of course.
right? That's every, creative venture we've ever done here at this company.
Oh yeah,
Which
you don't know
was
until we jump. We jump.
No, you just put it out there and say this is what we want, and then you just kind of figure it out. That's always the way it's going to go.
And I mean, like, when it's gonna be awesome to sit there and watch your cut of it. Because right now, just having the assets and the trailers and the montages, like, we got so much more stuff in today. Like, we're nearing the finish line on being pretty much video complete. And it's like, wow, some of this shit's awesome.
It's cool
like,
shit.
It's all awesome. But then there's like some shit where I'm like, holy fuck, I can't believe we have this. And we're going to get to do this. I can't believe these people are working with us. I can't believe they're announcing this with us.
It's cool stuff.
Yeah, real
all
cool.
of it's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Like, I swear every game that we saw a trailer for was a surprise, because it's like when you start seeing stuff, like even like the smaller titles. I'm spoiled a little bit here, but I think it's gonna be okay because I'm not gonna name anything. But we got a thing that was just like an email that was like, yeah, like we're debuting this game. Also, we shot a live action trailer, and we're like, oh, like eye roll, like I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be so cringeworthy bad. And then we watch it, we're like, this is actually dope as
Actually pretty cool.
fuck.
Actually pretty cool.
Like, how the hell is this? Like, you got even Nick.
And that's what I'm saying. I was like, it's been fascinating, like turning over, like once a day, you look over and be like, oh, that's really cool. Like, that's something that you're seeing a lot of people recognize, hey, this is a cool opportunity.
Yeah.
And we want to come at this like the right way and do something cool and utilize this as a platform to really get a lot of eyes on our products. It's fun. And there's the other one I don't want to talk about, but there's a couple other ones where you're like, Nick, this is right up your alley, and I'm like, yeah, boy.
Well, that's the other strength of it in the way we did it, right? Is like even in the FAQ, I was like, obviously there's exceptions to this rule, but it was like, cool, if you're doing a trailer, 60 to 90 seconds is the sweet spot. If you're doing the montage, I need 30 seconds of footage. So it is, unlike I think like a lot of press conferences, if you're watching this and you're like, this so isn't my game, hopefully by the time you've had time to say that twice and look at your phone, it's over. Yeah. Like you're done. We're on to the next thing. That's not for you. We got something else coming up that'll be this. We're packaging some games together. These aren't all for you. You understand that there's a finish line in sight for what you're getting.
I'm most excited to see the reaction to this and to see what it ends up turning into down the line. Like, not to say there's gonna be a next time, but I can't imagine there's not. But I just feel like
we operate off of this gonna be a next time unless otherwise specified in this company.
So I think that like this is gonna prove a lot to a lot of people, and then the next one could only be bigger. Sure. You know what I mean? There's no way it's smaller than this, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one. Like I just want PlayStation to be like, no, we're doing a PSX next year. Great, cool, thanks, bye.
That's what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with PlayStation.
I know it has nothing to do with PlayStation.
Like,
I know.
It could be next March. It could be this could be we could put out 15-minute ones it could be like Nintendo Direct.
The kind of
You know what I mean? We can do small showcases.
Kind of funny quarterly.
Yeah. The kind of funny game showcase. It's just
kind of funny magazine. It's just a video where we talk about it. You can subscribe. It, man. It's interesting. It's gonna be I can't wait to it's gonna be very interesting when I'm watching it, when it's done and there's nothing left to do.
Let me put it this way. Like this is the way, and this is me spitballing.
Yeah.
With you guys, with just the two of you listening. No one else can hear me.
Tree of trust. Porty, close your ears.
You start thinking about the business of this, and like I was saying earlier, like this is something unique that nobody has done, and there's so much demand for the marketing of these amazing games that do not get talked about for the most part.
Yeah.
Right? If we did this and turned this into a product, we could hire an entire team that this is their thing, that we do this because it turns into this machine.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could change the industry with this. And I know that sounds fucking stupid.
No, it doesn't though, because again, this is my thing, is when I walk the PAX floor, right, and I go to the Indie Mega booth, it is like, holy shit, there's so much amazing crap here. I didn't know about this. I haven't seen this, blah, blah. And getting the word out about that game is tough. That's why PAX is great as a fan event. That's why PSX was great as a fan event. You get people there. You get your Trevor Starkeys. You get your OK Beasts. You get your Alex's O'Neills. They're out there. They play all these games. They go back. They evangelize and spread the word and get these groundswell stuff for it. But you're right that if we can figure out a way to do that, because it's the same thing of Indie Mega Booth can make a YouTube trailer for all this stuff, can make a YouTube video and put it out. But it's what we're talking about, right? They don't have, with all due respect to them, a personality that's like, hey, this is what it is that's drawing in this and making all
built-in
stuff.
audience of just like of getting people excited to want to talk about all this stuff. I just think it's really cool, and we'll see. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. That's what we do, though.
Yeah, man. If it sucks, delete this episode, Kevin.
Yeah, exactly.
We all knew it was a joke.
It's not gonna suck.
Yeah.
What are you trying? How are you trying to make him sit?
I don't know.
Just cross your legs.
He looks like Timon.
I just want to hold him so he feels secure, but he's doing the shaky thing. I think he just wants your lap.
Okay.
That's what he wants. He wants Papa's lap. See? Look at this. He's getting excited. He knows where his
bread the penguin thing.
On which side his bread is buttered. There it is, right there.
And
look at that. And now I'm here. And now he looks. You know what I love about him? Creature of habit. Looked right at the water. I was like, am I gonna dip that water there? What's up?
He's like, all the water he isn't supposed to drink is always better than his.
Always. Well. Nothing better than water. That's someone else's water, if you know what I'm talking about.
I do. Doggy dog.
I'm excited for you guys, man.
I'm excited for you. This is gonna be great for all of us.
I want to see this come together. It's always fun to watch the fun Tim edit of everything.
Something we haven't publicly said. You, ladies and gentlemen, are invited to the after party.
Oh, yes.
Once we end the official stream where we're not pimping our shit, we're just going to play Smash Brothers and drink here and stream that. So if you want to watch us play Smash and bask in the glow of the reviews of, I can't believe Kind of Funny did this, they're terrible. God damn it.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that after party is definitely worth checking out. Because the last few after parties we've done for things like this, just throwing out like extra, has turned into drunken shenanigans.
Sure.
Will we play Where's Nick? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
Well, you'll be too busy doing crying elbows.
Ultimate,
oh, God, I'm
That's
so
the thing, yeah. Like finally
excited.
blowing off steam and just playing Smash. It's just going to be pizza and Smash. That's all it's going to be.
I can't wait, man.
Love it.
Yeah,
I love
me
it.
Too. Nick,
yes, sir.
What's your topic?
Oh, shit. What was my topic? I don't think I have one.
No, you had something that was like you didn't want to, it was...
Have you checked the ads, by the way?
Yeah, well, this one we're way too far ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Last week we were open for yesterday's.
Somehow we should like make note of that so we don't fuck it up.
Andy, make a note.
Andy's not even here.
Fuck.
What the fuck was
you
I
want to talk about your weekend? Who you worked with? I thought.
Oh yeah, I had an interesting. Well, I mean, yeah, I was. I met the comedian Godfrey, who is as a guy who's had been doing comedy for 20 years. I had just a very.
You said this because like you totally walked the story in wrong for me.
Yeah,
where a friend took you to a comedian.
My buddy Terry, who runs a lot of shows in San Francisco. He needs another water.
Portillo did the thing where he drank 2 sips of it again.
Believe this one here and bring him another
even though he'll know. He knows. He knows which water is mine and which
maybe he just likes the cool Foxhound.
Oh, you mean this Loot Gaming thing that maybe Loot Gaming sponsored today? Maybe. If they did, insert the ad here.
There it is.
If they didn't, don't help them. Don't give them any money.
No, it's one of those things where like this was just a weird, fun weekend for me because my buddy Terry called me up and said, "Hey, I'm working with this comedian named Godfrey, who goes by the comedian Godfrey. Been doing comedy forever. Fucking hilarious. If you don't know who he is, definitely check him out."
You told me you went and this guy had questions about YouTube, so I went and talked to him. He's a comedian. I was like, okay, cool. And then he was like, oh, it's Godfrey. I'm like, it was fucking Godfrey. I know Godfrey.
Yeah. So I mean, to be fair, was not terribly familiar with his work before. Terry told me, and I was like, oh, I'll look him up, of course. Check out his YouTube channel. Watch some of the Showtime special that's on his YouTube channel right now. And he was like, he wants to start building more content on YouTube.
Sure.
But doesn't necessarily like understand how to do that as a priority, right? And so, what's up?
He's walking around by cool, Greg. Doesn't matter.
So I was able to go down to the Improv down in San Jose, hung out, watched his show, and was able to kind of hang out with him a little bit afterward, and just chat.
Awesome?
And
cool.
Oh,
did he have good stories?
My God, you're talking about a guy who's been doing comedy for 20 years.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little bit about him.
Yeah.
He has appeared on BET, VH1, Comedy Central, and feature films such as Soul Plane, Original Gangsters, Zoolander, and Johnson Family Vacation. He was also
give it to me,
a spokesperson for 7-Up during the popular 7-Up Yours advertising campaign.
Right. You were right.
I was fucking right. I had a moment yesterday.
There was confusion.
There was confusion.
We didn't know that was.
I knew it was him though.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. So the reason I bring this up is because I was not that I was able to impart any information to him, because I think this is stuff that is super in our wheelhouse. But I was like, yeah, here's what you do to do this stuff. He's like, okay, cool. But
here's how you upload a video.
No, he knows how to do all that stuff. It's just that weird convoluted process of that Google does not make it easy to actually get the money off of YouTube. You have to have like an AdWords account and like get that approved and put that in your. It's like, Google, come on, figure it the fuck out. Like, why can't that all be in the back end of YouTube right now? I digress, because it isn't for Twitch. Twitch just doesn't matter. So I was like, I walked him through that stuff, but I was able to. The cooler thing was I was able to sit there and watch him, and he did an hour and a half like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And I was hanging out with a couple other comics that I'm familiar with that were opening for him. Terry was one of them. Mark Smalls was another one. You know Mark. And then Irene too was the other comic that was hosting the entire night. And they're phenomenal. These guys are all like comedians that are at the top of the game in San Francisco. Like that, I kind of say like they're the ones at the top of the glass as the water's filling the glass. Sure. They're about to spill over, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like they're already touring. They're already doing these things. Like you can see in their eyes. You're like, are you going to stick around in San Francisco, or is it LA or New York calling? So that's so I already look up to these guys because they're already the ones that are like past the punchline, and they're the ones that are every Sunday. It's some combination of these people that are there, and they're guaranteed spots there, or not guaranteed, but they're gonna be there a lot. They're the ones going out there and like they're in that spot where they get to when the big headliners come in town, like Godfrey. They are like he'll call them and they'll open for him, they'll feature for him, they'll do all that stuff.
Dog water.
Yeah, you sure did. You sure. Well, he didn't do you a favor. He put it in the other pint glass.
Exact same glass.
Say what? Let's play. We can play the musical chairs game with those things if you want. But what was cool was getting to pick his brain and sit there and talk to him like what is your life like? How long have you been doing this for? How do you get to a point where you're so like confident on stage and just knocking? I mean, he crushed this audience. It was a Sunday night. And what was craziest was I was sitting there watching him, and I was talking to Mark, and Mark was like, he's done, like Irene, I think, hosted for him the whole weekend, and they were, so it was a whole weekend, the same crew of comics that were with him. And she was like, I don't know when he's done because he does a different hour every night.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
And by different hour, like she's like, sometimes he goes for an hour 15, sometimes it's hour 30, sometimes it's an hour on the dot. But I don't know what his closer, because usually the host looks like knows kind of what the closer is going to be, kind of pays attention. He goes, okay, I'm gonna wait in the wings. Irene's like, I was freezing in the wings of the San Jose Improv for like 20 minutes because I didn't know when he was going to stop, but I didn't want to like not be there for it because the energy of the show was so good that she wanted to come out, close it strong, and get out. So it was cool, man. And you're talking about a guy that, you know, he's like, I got another spot tomorrow at the Comedy Cellar in New York at 1 a.m. And I got to go back to it, and this is my life, and I love it, and I bet I do it every day. And it was just very, very cool for me to see that and meet someone, because I feel like I've been really kind of missing the ball when it comes to comedy. The last couple of shows we talked about on the morning show, my last showcase, it went south so fast. And I'm like, I am doing so poorly here. And then to see a guy who's like, dude, that's just like, I got a chance to talk to him, and he was like, yeah, that happens. You bomb. You just got to get back up there and keep going and keep grinding and keep doing it every day. And I'm like, oh, that's right. Like I know this, but it's nice to have it reiterated by someone who's at the top of his game. Yeah. You're talking about a guy who's like knows Chris Rock, knows all these people, does, you know, is in that
7 Up yours.
Exactly. He's in that mix of like the Comedy Cellar, for a lot of people who don't know. Like, you've heard me talk about the Comedy Store. The Comedy Cellar on the East Coast is sort of, I don't want to say the kindred spirit of it, but that's where you want
the analog.
It's the analog. It's where you want to get into. It's one of the other historic clubs that's on the East Coast that you want to be doing sets at, because that's where Chris Rock's going to come work his shit out when he's in New York. Right? That's where everyone on the East Coast goes to work their shit out, including like Seinfeld and all these people. So it was really cool. But like, he got off the stage and he came back to the green and was like, hey, how was I? I was like, and I was like gushing, embarrassing myself in front of the other comics.
Dude,
I was
so
like,
good you said this. I love
because you know, like I had obviously like 2 hours to prep for this, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch as much of his comedy as I possibly can. But I didn't follow him forever. It's not like if I were to like sit across from like Joe Rogan and be like, oh, I've seen all of your specials and I can talk kind of intelligent. I'm coming at this from a pure standpoint of like, what I just saw was amazing. And I was like, he came up, he's like, what'd you think? I was like, you were really good. And the rest of the comics just started laughing at me. They're like, you fucking noob. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I got no other level to talk to this guy on other than just the fact that he just blew me away for an hour and a half. Here. But it was really cool. It was a really unique experience. And hopefully I can help him, you know, with whatever he wants to do.
Is it what you needed to hear? You talked in the car about like, bombing and this and this real conversation you were having with me of, well, you know, you're not doing it as well at comedy or jiu-jitsu because you're splitting your time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been in what people in the sports industry and in the professional baseball industry would call a slump.
Oh, okay.
Right. In that I I've been training in jiu-jitsu for like almost 2 years now, and I'm like going to do my first real competition, and I'm feeling really good about myself. And I'm gonna destroy this guy, and I got fucking pummeled. I got mauled like a gazelle gets mauled by like a fucking lion that's out to prove something, right? I was like, oh shit, I got my expectations really, really dashed by and that's hard. That's a really big blow to your ego, right?
Eating a piece of humble pie when you thought you were gonna go out there and kill
I ate
it.
a whole fucking baking shop of humble pie. And not only that, but you eat shit in front of your coach and your team and the people that are coming out there. And it's not to say that my coach was like turned his back on me and was like, I'm never gonna fucking you're not allowed back in the dojo. No, he was like, this shit happens, right?
I'm sure with all due respect,
he lost that day too.
95 to 98% of this is all in your head.
Oh, 100%.
Of like, the like
100%.
disappointing people or what the audience thought, or you know what I mean.
I mean, I wasn't, and I know this because my coach that day lost his division, but then got pissed and entered the open division and won that. And the open division is like
at the end of the day, at any given moment, someone wins and someone loses.
Someone loses.
Like it is 50-50.
It is 100%. But to go in and be like, okay, I think I'm ready for this, and then just to have like that was, by the way, what my coaches, all the people who have done competitions before, like, you have to do a competition. And I didn't understand quite, like, I don't think I understood quite why they were pushing me to do that. I was like, okay, I got to go win a competition. They're like, no.
Just do it.
Just do it. And the reason you do it is because you get the bar set properly to where you're at, I think. At least the first one. Where I'm like, oh, my expectation of what I could reasonably accomplish in a fight was here. Realistically, it should be about a half an inch above the ground. Like, that's really where I'm at. And so it was nice to go to have that. But literally, like, I was depressed for a week afterward. Like I haven't felt depression in a long time, and I was like, man, I'm just tired, and I don't want to do anything, and nothing's bringing me joy right now. And my wife looked over me and she was like, it's gonna pass. because you got a great group of people around you. You got a lot of stuff going, but I'm recognizing signs that you took this one hard. And I was like, cool. What I need right now is to go out and just go out and do comedy and have a fun show, like have fun on the morning show, which we did, do a cool podcast with the guys, and then go maybe do comedy, right? Tony calls me up that night, says, you want to come do comedy? I'm like, yeah, let's go do some comedy, man. This is sound fun. And I go out there and I eat shit for 10 minutes. And I'm like, I am terrible at everything. I don't know what, to the point where literally I was so, I don't want to say sad, but so disappointed in myself across the board. I raided the fucking vending machine. I was like, I'm getting Fritos. I'm getting some sort of M&Ms. And I'm sitting there and I'm just eating and I'm just trying to eat the pain away. But it was one of those weird things where you're like, it's not working. Like this doesn't taste like anything because this can't be solved with food. This has to just be, I just have to wait this out. And so I think it's interesting that life always goes in sort of phases for I think for everyone, right? You talk about being like, oh my God, you're overwhelmed by the showcase, and then all of a sudden you start to deal with it and process it, and then you start to get ahead of it, and then you start to get on top of it, and then you feel good about it, right? And that is always the process, I think, in everything, is that you take that first hit and go, shit, okay, I got to ready for the store, we got to recalibrate, and then you come in. But this was just a really nice, like, kind of punctuation toward the end of that 2 to 3 week span of me feeling kind of bad about myself. Was started working out again, went back to jiu-jitsu last night for the first time in 2 weeks because my instructor's like, my shoulder's been really fucked up. So I was like, I'm going to take 2 weeks off, which was the absolute wrong thing to do. Should have immediately gone back into the gym on Monday probably, but psychologically I was like, to be honest, I was letting my ego heal as well. And so I was like, that was hard. Come back in. So it was last Sunday, started getting back into the comedy, and then was able to sit with this guy who's been doing it for 20 years and is just a fucking master of the. I mean, and when I say master, I mean like, I look at him and I'm like, wow, that's something that you've spent that 10,000 hours doing, and you've mastered this. You are like, you make what I do look like I'm reading out of a joke book on stage, and that's cool. And you would think like, oh shit, that's intimidating, but it's not. It's like having that guy look at you and go, dude, just keep going. Like I'm 20 years in. You're 2 years in. I'm 18 more years of experience in New York where I can hit 5 mics a night, and he's still miking, and he's still going out there. Well, not miking. He doesn't mic. He just goes out and does actual shows in order to prepare for then coming to the other places and booking these places. Was really, really cool, and it was what I needed. It was awesome. Nice. Yeah, it was good. So I'm feeling real good.
Baller.
Yeah. But he's funny as fuck though. Everyone should follow him. He's got a ton of followers. Yeah.
What is? I mean, does he just do comedy now? Is he doing shows? Is he hosting stuff?
He hosts a radio show, I believe, on I forget what network.
Okay.
But that was interesting too, though, was because he was like, you got a guy that is there. He's doing a lot of his Instagram. He's got a lot of Instagram followers because he's collaborating a lot with a lot of the bigger guys on Instagram.
The OG Vine guys.
Yeah, the OG
King
Vine
Bach
guys.
and all them.
So he knows all those guys. He's fucking hilarious. And what's even cooler is that he's like, what I appreciate is always, I see this pattern in people who are successful. And I see it a lot in you guys, right?
He's a self-styled karate master.
Fantastic. He's jacked too.
Yeah.
He's fucking jacked. I see it, and what I appreciate most is that he walks in after just crushing for an hour and a half, right? Obviously, he's booking the San Jose Improv, which is a very big place to do comedy. So you're doing well. He's doing well. Comes in and goes, yeah, I still don't know anything about this stuff. Talk to me about it.
Yeah.
No ego.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know anything about YouTube, but I know that I want to put more stuff on YouTube. Like, what do you guys do? What's your strategy? What should I be doing from your perspective? And I'm like, that's always the sign that you're with someone who just wants to succeed, is that they're just put the ego aside.
Yeah.
You teach me. What is it? Okay, you tell. Cool, I'll do that. Not I know better than you because I have more followers than you. Just this is not my world. Why don't you teach me a little bit? So it was cool that I could share a little bit of, 5 seconds of information with them of what I know, my small understanding of how to monetize stuff on YouTube, or like actually link. It was just really the process of linking that stuff on YouTube and getting that AdSense account, which to be fair is very convoluted and annoying, and Google needs to clean that shit up.
I do.
But yeah,
me too.
That was it.
Cool.
I don't know if you guys have more questions about that or not.
No, that's really it. That's really
now we're going into Thanksgiving where I get to eat pumpkin pie and relax.
You know what's going to be a fun topic when we come back? I'm doing a 5K in Chicago.
You doing a 5K?
Yeah.
That's you gonna do them in your Converse? Or you getting some running shoes?
No, I got running shoes. You know I have running shoes. You've seen me run.
Well, I haven't heard you talk about running in a while.
Oh, I haven't done it in a long time.
You're just gonna jump into a 5K?
Yeah,
but it's the casual Thanksgiving one, right?
It's the turkey trot in Naperville, Illinois.
Like, all right.
That was
also, I mean, I was gonna say, how long you can do as long as you want, right? You don't have to you don't have to run a 5K in like 15 minutes.
It was, this is an interesting Thanksgiving for me because this is the first Thanksgiving ever, but since my parents split out, where Dad was like, I'd like you to stay with us and like go to our Thanksgiving. I was like, oh, sure, all right, cool. So I'm doing that. So I'm hanging out with Dad's side of the family. And so like when we said my two cousins, Julie and Jody, like flipped out because they hosted it and they're like so excited that Jen and I will be there with Porty. And then it was like, we're doing the turkey trot 5K that morning. You want to come? And Jen and I were like, yeah, sure, okay. And it is like we did it, and then we were talking to Poe, who is used to run, still runs every so often. He was talking about like we were out drinking beers with him when we were visiting that time, and he was just like, oh yeah, I'm like, oh, we signed up for a 5K. I'm like, am I gonna be able to do that? He's like, oh, you'll be able to do it, no problem. He's like, I used to do these turkey trot kind of ones, but like I went to the one in Naperville. I will never do that one again because it's just wall to wall people. You can't run at your own pace. You just kind of like move as a mob. And I was like, oh, that's what we're doing. He's like, oh, you're gonna be totally fine. And then like,
you're just gonna be a light jog for 30 minutes.
My cousin was hitting me up and talking about it. She's like, there's Bloody Mary stops. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be all right. This is gonna be my kind of 5K.
I hate this, but what is 5K in miles? Isn't it like 3 and some change?
I don't know.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
Hey Siri, how many miles is a 5K?
5 kilometers is 3.11 miles.
There you go.
311.
She always
3 miles.
There you go.
3 miles is
She
not that much to run.
She always used to get really mad at me when I would say on the GameOverGreggy show, like, oh yeah, she has a 5K coming up or whatever. She's like, I have a half marathon coming up, not a 5K.
So, a marathon is what, 26 miles?
Yeah,
something like that.
13 miles is the half
13
marathon.
miles. So that's roughly 10 miles more than what she's talking about. I made fun of my friend one time because he was like, dude, I've been training. And I was like, oh, what are you training for? He's like, training for that 5K. I'm like, what, are you going to do more than one in a day? Like, why do you have to train for that?
Well, see, my thought process on it was, I was like, oh,
get out of there.
Porty, come on. Don't go to the decimators. Don't pee on anything over there. You'll break everything.
I had this image of him getting electrocuted like a cartoon where you see a skeleton.
Yeah. He's really probably looking for whatever Oreo we didn't find after cleaning up
he smells it. It's all the
no, my original plan was I was being good about riding the bike. And I was like, oh, I'll be in biking shape, like really good biking shape by the time this 5K runs around. Then California caught fire and you can't go outside.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do that anymore. And then
do you still have that gym membership?
No.
I was going to say, if you can go to the gym next door, you just run on the treadmill.
Well, I mean, again,
it's still bad in there.
Tomorrow.
Well, if you go, I was going to say, my gym has air conditioning. So it's filtered air, so you can go in.
I'm not worried about it at all.
Without having to
I'm not worried about the 5K. No, I have my biking tights on, my Mizzou shorts.
Yeah, you can be fine.
If I can find a cool turkey hat, I'll wear a turkey hat. I've decided.
That's fun.
You know what I mean?
You could also wear a Santa hat because it's kind of Christmas.
I'm not one of those guys. I can't be. I'm not one of those guys.
Once we get
to Black Friday, that's when we really kick into Christmas overload. I know it's everywhere.
Fucking Starbucks rolled these out the day after Halloween.
Don't get me wrong. I'm stoked.
like, are you kidding? And look at this. It's not even. Like you look at it, and it's like they didn't even try it this year. This is a hideous thing.
Jesus Christ!
Look at my shame. Look at my fucking shame.
Okay.
That sounds like a fun thing to do though.
Yeah,
that's gonna be good. We're not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wake up at Mama Scarpino's house. And eat pumpkin pie for breakfast.
Nice.
And then go do a leftovers party with my brother at his house on Friday. And then go home. And my brother's like, wait, you're not staying through the weekend? I was like, no, you guys are crazy.
What are you doing Thanksgiving Day? This is Thanksgiving Day. I'm waking up at 7 in the morning.
Thanksgiving Day is I fly in Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
Either my brother or my dad's gonna come pick me up, and they're fighting over that. I let them figure that out. I don't want to deal with it. Gonna go in. I think dinner's like 2.
Gotcha.
We're doing the early dinner so we can have late dinner as well. And my brother, a lot of his wife's family is coming to the dinner, and then I'm gonna spend the night at my parents' house and then go to my brother's house on Friday.
I got super I'm doing super Midwest, suburban Chicago holiday where I'm doing the turkey trot on Thanksgiving, dinner with the cousins, hanging out with Dad, wake up Friday, go to Mom's. Then I want to go take Jen to the Glen Ellen tree lighting ceremony, downtown Glen Ellen. Then Portillo's meet and greet Saturday, of course. Information on Twitter. Then Sunday fly home.
Yeah,
There's some big ticket items on there.
That's great.
Got to go to Gia's family's house for Thanksgiving.
Big G!
Not happy about that.
Why?
I don't like family. I don't like Thanksgiving.
Here's the thing. You guys start making these holidays what you want them to be.
Exactly.
What I'd recommend for you is find the one thing you can look forward to. For me, it's clearly the pumpkin pie.
That is the one thing I would look forward to. But have you met Gia and her family?
God, they all organic.
Do you not like shit? What's wrong? You don't like Gia?
I'm totally fine with Gia's family. Like they're fine. I just like I would much rather do.
I
almost
feel
anything
like
else.
I feel like Gia's family would be a dope family to hang out with.
They
Hey,
are dope.
let's open the 7th bottle of wine. Yes.
They're not like that.
Damn it.
They're not like that.
That's
And
just
it's also it's not her. It's like her, extended family.
Sure,
Like, we're going to
Grandma opened the 7th
place
bottle.
I miss that though, because somewhere along the line, the Scarpino family, we used to have gigantic events where, like, because my dad's got, he's got a lot of siblings.
Sure.
But they never had kids, and then it sort of slowly just became like smaller and smaller until it was just our nuclear family, and that's fine. And we invite some friends and stuff like that to like Christmas Eve. So like my buddy Stu and his family comes over, his wife, and
really
so
cool vids.
We're able to kind of have that bigger thing. But I miss the times sometimes where we used to go to my Uncle Vince's house, and he would be like,
"What song, Joe?" Did you yell for me or no? Oh, I said Stu. Really cool vids.
So no, he did not. But thanks, Joe. But I miss those times where you'd have to put out the extra tables.
Oh, dude, I mean, when we were a nuclear family, yeah, like we had the folding tables they throw the wrestlers through. Like we had those things and took over the basement and like moved things in. I mean, there was like we had like 20, 30 people down there.
Yeah, that was always so. I think that that might be starting to happen again. I think that there's like some grumblings of doing something bigger or having people over for dinner, things like that. But I also just feel so disconnected from that because I live in San Francisco and the rest of my family's in SoCal.
Oh, sure. Yeah, me
so
too.
Like
I see photos of my dad at like, it's Brooks going to college party. And I look around, I'm like, that's weird that like that's a normal thing for you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, the family's getting together. I'm like, that's fucking bizarre.
It's weird, but and I kind of miss it, but I also kind of like, I just don't have the brain capacity to really kind of like spearhead that. And that's become my brother now. My brother's kind of the one who's like, I'm going to pull a bunch of people together. I've got the house. I've got the big table. We can all do this. And so I'm fortunate in that regard. But if it were left up to me, I'd be like, everyone's getting Starbucks cards. I'll see you later. That's pretty much all we're doing.
Hey, that's a pretty good holiday right there.
Thanksgiving for me is always Kurt's birthday. Like it's the weekend where it's like we all get together and just play games and stuff. I hate how close we are to Smash.
Yeah, it's rough, right?
And it's just it's just not going to happen. Like we're not going to have it by then.
I went to a mic the other day where the guy sets up a GameCube and we played Melee. And I'd never played Melee before. And I was like, all the controllers were broken as fuck. So I was like, I can't tell if this game sucks or if the controllers just aren't working. But it was
very different.
It was very different.
You've only played Brawl. Yeah. It's a lot faster and not as clingy to the you need to be better at Melee than you do in any of the other games.
I agree.
But
I think I still won.
So yeah, Saturday's Current's birthday, so I'm looking forward to that. But Saturday's also Gia's 10-year high school reunion. Yeah. So that's gonna be fun too.
That's so fun.
That's gonna be a fun thing.
Wow, 10 years for Gia.
Fun. Have
you know what,
fun.
man? It's not
more
my
drinks.
problem.
You get to walk in like you think about this too. She's like, this is my boyfriend. All right, 30 under 30.
They're all well aware. It's
Tim, but
they went to school of the arts.
Fuck that.
It's like they look at me as the biggest shill in the goddamn world.
No,
he runs a
man.
YouTube channel, and I'm like, yeah, I do.
Anyone
Anyone
worth their salt who is an artist should look up to you because you're running a YouTube channel. It should be like that. Should be a goal for
Godfrey
a lot of
can't even figure it out. You know what I mean?
It's true.
He doesn't need
It's
to,
true.
but
no, I do.
But no, I mean, I was
like
literally, that
some
was
of
the
our
thing.
high
I was
school
talking to my
friends.
other friend Mark, who like it's all relative.
Mark
right?
Summers.
No, that'd be amazing if I was friends with Mark Summers. No, my buddy Mark Smalls, who's really, really fucking great comic, but he was like, yeah, like in a perfect world, I'd love to be. I'm like, what's your perfect life look like? He's like, well, I'd love to be gigging at night and streaming in the morning. And he's like, he's a big gamer. I didn't even notice about him. He's like, I want to be a Twitch streamer and all this stuff, but it's hard. It's hard to get that going. And I'm like, oh, I know. I understand it. But what I love about Tim though is like we're so alike in so many different ways. Where you're just a man who knows what he likes, and if he doesn't like the other thing, he's not gonna do it. Right? And I respect that so much in you.
And I'm just gonna let you know I don't like. I'm here.
You don't like it, right? How many times have you heard me? You were like, Nick, you should totally do this thing, and I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna play the game. I'm not gonna say. You just get to a certain point where like you got to try to find ways to enjoy small things here and there and broaden your horizons. But you're a fucking adult now.
Yeah,
you could just be like, I'm just gonna sit on my couch sometimes. I'm 30 under 30.
I am.
That should buy you some currency with your girlfriend.
Yeah, I had to promise her. I was like, all right, for the rest of our lives, I'll give you a Thanksgiving dinner. Like that's something that I have to do. I'll go wherever you want me to go.
What is she giving you?
Literally everything else.
Okay, cool.
Companionship, yeah, camaraderie.
No, but I'm like that is something where it's
she
like I'm
touches
not
him
allowed,
when and if he wants to be touched.
Not allowed to argue about it for the rest of my life, which is fun. But that also means that like I get to decide my side of the Thanksgiving thing, which is I ain't doing shit. I put my foot down this year, motherfuckers. I'm not gonna name any names, but they're like, oh, we're doing a Thanksgiving thing. I'm like,
no, it's
I'm
Kevin.
not.
Kevin,
I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Sorry. and go do that shit.
I'm right there with you, man. Like that's honestly, it's a hard conversation to have with your family. But I've had so many instances where I've had to like just be like, I don't want to do that, and we do this. We do these things because tradition. But they sometimes
then
don't.
You're miserable. You act miserable.
Everyone's miserable.
You get a fight.
Like, why are we doing this? I just don't want to do it,
dude. Families are the worst, absolute worst. Unless you like them, unless you're cool with them, and like there's family members that you love. I love Cool Greg. I fucking love Cool Greg. He doesn't need to be.
He's the best of us.
Like it doesn't need to be this thing where it's just
He's
like, oh, let's do this family dinner thing. No, just like I enjoy going to dinner with him whenever I go to dinner with him. That's just. I celebrate year round with Cool Greg. You know what I mean?
Cool Greg giving.
But it's like a perfect example. And again, not going to name any names.
Thanks, Greggy.
But let's just say my mom's involved. Talking to other family members and that may or may not actually be related to me. And they're like, oh, cool. Tim got 30 under 30. But wait, I thought he graduated college. Huh. It says he dropped out of San Francisco State. And my mom calls me frantically. I thought you graduated. I'm like, why would you think that I graduated? You've heard this story a million times.
You didn't go to my graduation. Remember how I didn't walk?
And I was just like, what the fuck? And she's like, well, I told a lot of people you did. I'm like, well, why did you do that? Like, this is such a stupid thing. And I was like,
we'll call them all back and tell them I got 30 under 30.
I was like, let's stop now. And realize you are now talking to me that someone is gossiping, calling you, talking to you about he didn't graduate in reference to a 30 under 30 Forbes thing.
Yeah, they read that in Forbes magazine.
Fuck them.
I'm in Forbes magazine.
I haven't talked to them in 15 years.
Yeah, fuck
I don't want to ever talk to them again.
People.
I don't care about
That's
them.
That's annoying.
I don't want to see them in Thanksgiving.
What kind of
that
fucking monster would on your special day give you shit for not graduated college?
Great question.
Great question.
I mean, just
or get the title of 30 for 30 wrong. You know, like what kind of what kind of friend would do that to you?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a great point.
It's
Nobody,
true.
I mean, that shouldn't do. I mean, if it really bothers you, maybe you should have graduated, not been a dropout. But you know what? I digress. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Game Over Greggy show. Each and every week.
It doesn't bother me, dude.
I know it doesn't bother you
at all. I'm so proud of it.
I'm trying not to sneeze.
Oh,
sorry. But no, you know,
I thought you were giving me the face
like
of
beauty school dropout. You know, remember Grease. Joey, I made a Grease reference. Just Grease one.
Joey doesn't like Grease though. She likes Grease
If
too.
you didn't know, we put the show up each and every week.
Filthy monster.
You can get it early. We gather around the table. It's fun. Patreon.com/kindafunny if you want it super early. For $1, you can get the pre and post show. For a few more bucks, you can get the MP3. You can get the video. The video has the pre and post show as well. If you don't want to give us any money, I understand. Go to youtube.com/kindafunny. You can get the show day by day, topic by topic. It's not true anymore. I just like saying it because I haven't said it in a long time.
Well, maybe you still get topic by topic, but it's just in
just on the Friday. Just on the Friday. A Friday after it went up for everybody else on Patreon.
In the same episode.
It's also up as a MP3.
Yeah.
This is all over the place, but you understand. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you. And now we post show. What's the lunch plan? I'm hungry.
Dude, something good though.
How
much time do we need for the showcase meeting? Is that gonna be like an hour? Because that's in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But I can go get us stuff. How about Buffalo Wild Wings? You want to go pick up Buffalo Wild Wings?
No. There isn't much to meet about. We have a guest in at 2:30 though, so I mean, we can't really like be gone forever
fuck
too.
that person. Tell him to go away.
Whoa.
I don't know who it is.
It's Astro. They're coming in to show the control.
Oh, they're pretty cool. Don't tell them to fuck themselves. Yeah. What are you guys thinking?
I don't know.
All right, we'll figure it out. I've
been terrible.
She asked me 300 says, remember, Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg are college dropouts and are billionaires.
So is Kanye.
There you go. A lot of people are college dropouts. I feel stupid. I feel uncool for having finished college because I didn't like college. I could have just dropped out. Been in the same spot here.
Could have done it.
In fact, I probably could be farther ahead because I could have just taught myself the shit I needed to do and not be bogged down by fucking, film studies, French, all that bullshit.
George Neller says in the chat, when were you going to talk about Survivor Series, Greg? I talked about it yesterday on the Game Over Greggy show. It will be available on patreon.com/kindafunny this Friday.
Charles Jacobson says, hey, Nick, did you see the new trailer for RoboDoc, the creation of RoboCop? No, I did not, and I immediately watched that after the show.
RoboDoc.
Thank you.
What a great
That's
name.
a great name.
Good
Dude,
for
Robo.
them. I'm proud of them for committing to the end.
In the 80s, yeah. In the 80s, they were like, what is this movie going to be about? And if there was 2 words that described it, they just crammed those together, and that was it. Kindergarten cop. He's a cop in kindergarten. Great. He's a robot and a cop. We can't say robot cop. That's stupid. How about RoboCop? We'll just shorten it. Done.
Done.
No subtext whatsoever. Just all surface level.
I enjoy doing the show earlier in the day.
Me too. I'm sharper in the morning.
Yeah.
I hate, and then I always fall apart towards the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the. We don't get the hilarity that ensues from the dazed goofiness that you guys get at the end of the day.
That is true.
When you guys start, like I can tell, like yesterday. And this is not a knock against you, Tim, but Slurry Tim came out a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
Vodka, yeah.
Slurry Tim came out a little bit.
There was
and I
so
love
much
that.
vodka, dude.
It's fun. Slurry Greg. It takes a lot more IPAs for Slurry Greg to come out, but every once in a while it does.
And then the shirt comes off.
Oh God, it's so sweaty. Corey Gagnog says maybe Kanye should have stayed in school a bit longer.
No.
That's fair. That's fair.
Bila Beta. Are there any family dishes you guys look forward to every year in your respective families? Nick keeps mentioning his mother's pumpkin pie.
It's not that it's like my mom's pumpkin pie, and this is not to discredit my mom, is like she uses the recipe you get on the back of the pumpkin can.
Sure. Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
it's
totally.
not like she's like, this is some magical. Now her cheesecake
Pumpkin pie in general is awesome.
But when she makes it, she just makes like 50 of them and then puts them immediately in the fridge, and they're just ice cold, and it's so fucking good.
Yeah, congealed.
It's so good.
Yeah. Not really. I mean, Thanksgiving food's fine. It's just not. You know what I mean? It's fine.
Yeah.
I like the yams, the sweet potato, casserole with the pecans on top. Not like the ones with like the marshmallows. Even though I don't know if people still do that kind of.
Oh, they do.
I've grown to like Thanksgiving food a lot more. I used to hate it. It used to be like my least favorite food across the board. Now I'm like, I don't hate turkey as much as I used to. I'm still a ham guy. Like I love those big ass.
Nobody
hams
loves turkey though. It's bland.
Yeah,
You get the gravy on it. Yeah, you get a good. I like it as a lunch meat, but yeah, I like it fine as a turkey thing too. But I cook a lot and I never cook turkey.
I like. You know what's funny is growing up here, they were like, "Don't eat the dark meat; it's bad for you." And now I'm like, I'm only eating dark meat. It's fucking fantastic.
People are stupid back in the day.
Og0926 says, Tim, are you surprised that Kingdom Hearts 3 has gone gold? Yes. Can you believe it? It fucking happened. The game is done. Wow.
Man, there's a lot of people in the chat today. Doesn't really happen, you know what I mean?
Guess that's what happens when you do the show at 11
a.m.
a.m.
normal hour for people. All right.
5 p.m.
Michelangelo says, where do you guys land on cranberry sauce? It's the devil's sauce.
I like
hate
cranberry
it
sauce.
so
I
much.
like cranberry sauce. Yeah, I do like.
One of my least favorite things in the world.
I don't often eat it. I'll be honest with you. It's not something that, but like if it's there, I'm like, I'll have a little dollop of it.
I like when you go to a fancy sandwich shop and they'll put it on a turkey sandwich.
Yeah,
like
that's
the cranberry
fun.
Schmear.
If they have the turkeys, if they do the Thanksgiving sandwich, you ever get those?
Oh yeah.
Where's the turkey with the stuffing and the cranberry?
Yeah.
I'll also give a shout out to the green bean casserole and the scallop potatoes that my mom makes. Very good.
God, we're close to Smash, guys.
So fucking close.
I can't wait. Andy was like, I got to get good at that game. And I'm like, you're not going to have a choice.
Yeah.
Because you don't understand how crazy I get when there's a new Smash game and I make everyone come play it every day after work. Like, this is going to be the thing that kills comedy and jiu-jitsu for me. Because I'm going to be like, let's just stay till 8. Let's just stay till 8. You don't remember because we weren't friends back then when we used to work together.
I saw you guys over there playing, and I just looked over longingly. I was like,
Greg, you come play. You're like,
over there.
Oh, yeah, dude. Remember when it was like people from, like, that's how I met Curran. I was like, I didn't know you worked here.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I've been working here for like 2 years. I was like, cool. Come play. And then he started playing. I was like, never play me again. You're too good at this fucking game.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
The thing is, we got to introduce Curran and his Smash into the kind of funny world, like with streaming and stuff.
Sure.
Because like he is demonstrably better than us.
We're talking about your friend Curran.
Curran, yeah.
He worked at IGN?
Yeah, he was in the accounting department for a while.
He was accounting.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
I have fucking no idea.
Tim got all of his friends' jobs at IGN at a certain point.
Good job, bitches.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was really good.
Kevin Ace X. So who from Kind of Funny Crew is going to TLC in San Jose? The short list we have right now.
Oh my God. Can I tell a story from yesterday?
Let me read the list and then, yeah, you're welcome to.
Thank you.
The short list I have from yesterday is myself, Jen, Tim, Gia, James Burke, Kevin, Joey, Cool Greg. Go ahead with the story.
So yesterday, Greg goes, Cool Greg was listening to this. Greg goes, hey, Tim, any interest in going to TLC whenever this is happening? And Tim goes, nah, and starts alluding to the fact, and then goes, wait a minute. Are we talking about TLC the wrestling or TLC the
You botched this story
Tell the
so
story,
hard.
That's how you do it.
So hard.
The punchline of the story, though, has nothing to do with the setup for it. It's the fact that you were like, which one are we talking about? Because I thought you were talking about the musical group.
Tell the story.
Tell the story.
I thought it was like he was talking. He's like, hey, TLC, and he set it up. He was like, Tim, Cool Greg, December 16th, put it on the calendar. We're gonna see TLC in San Jose.
Right.
And I was like, I gotta be honest with you, man. Like, this isn't as big of a deal as you're making it sound. Like, I don't really vibe with them like that. Like, whatever. And they were both like, what are you talking about? I was just like, one of them's dead. And like, not the biggest fan.
wrestling,
And then
WWE
because I thought he was
TLC.
talking about TLC.
And then Cool Greg-
I didn't even realize he was talking about wrestling.
And then Cool Greg looks at you and says something to the extent of like, I would be disappointed with you either way on that.
Yeah.
Like he was like, I can't believe you would, if it was really a TLC show, that you would have said no to that. He was so disappointed with you.
First off, I don't want to see a TC show. Second off, what you're going to see him do waterfalls a couple times?
Yeah, Scrubs.
We're going to see him do Scrubs.
Hey,
No, are they Scrubs?
Yeah, very much Scrubs.
And then what else?
Is a guy that can't get no.
good.
Waterfalls again.
Yeah, I'm good.
Fucking.
R.I.P. Left Eye. How did she die?
I don't
You know
remember.
what?
I don't know. I think
know.
sickness. I don't think it was anything
man.
crazy. She did burn down her house that one time though by burning a teddy bear in her bathtub.
It happens.
It does happen.
I've been
actually.
there.
That does happen.
Lexi Gunner was asking if I'm getting any Jordans on Black Friday. Not on Black Friday, but I really hope I get the Concords when they come out in December. If anyone has a hookup, let me know, because I need it.
Miss Jasmine 300 says, Nick, you gonna go see Robin Hood? I want to hear your thoughts. I probably won't. I don't. That movie doesn't look fun.
Who's in it?
It's Taron Egerton and Jamie Foxx.
Oh, I
It
do remember
looks
hearing about
horrible.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It's very weird, and it's very like, why would you make a Robin Hood film right now? That's fucking weird.
Again, I feel like they do every
So
2 years.
fucking many Robin Hood films.
It's been rebooted more than Spider-Man.
So far, we have 2 votes for car crash, 2 votes for plane crash on how Lisa.
Plane crash was Aaliyah.
Maybe the plane
Leah's definitely
crashed
plane
into
crash.
the car.
I'm gonna look it up.
All right, thank you. That's how we'll close the show. Figuring out what happened to Lisa, Left Eye Lopez. Remember, we thank you so much. Car accident.
Looks
Gotcha.
like traffic collision.
Escaping Dude Land? No, I didn't. No. Is it good? Okay. I'll look
DJ
into it.
Kento's all about the TLC. Red Light Special, Silly Ho, Girl Talk, I'm good at being bad, Take Our Time. See, you would have went to the concert and been happy.
Let's see. Lisa Left Eye Lopez, member of hip-hop R&B group TLC, was killed in a car accident Thursday in Honduras. Her record label reported early Friday. She was 30 years old.
Yeah.
The head-on collision on a treacherous 2-lane country road occurred shortly after 6 p.m. outside La Ceiba, a town on the Atlantic coast, said Carlos Bacota, a spokesman for the U.S. Embassy. Lopez was driving, who was driving, instantly died. That's sad.
And on that note, thanks for watching the Game Over Greggy Show post show. We need to eat a bunch of food so we can do the Gamescast at 2:30 with Jared Petty and a guy from Astro to show off that PlayStation controller. He won't be there the whole time. We gotta eat some food. We love you all. Thank you very much. Bye. I'll do the point and cool, Greg.
Point to Watto. Don't
Go chasing waterfalls. Ready? Cool, Greg? Thanks for watching the Game Over Greggy Show, everybody. Click up here to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on Watto to go to our Patreon. Click over here to check out Kinda Funny Games. That's right, we have another channel where we talk about video games. And click down here for whatever Cool Greg puts in the fun hole.